Oops.
Hello.
Hello. We're on the website.
There's so many webbed sites happening right now.
Yeah. And thank God one less is finally happening. Rippin' Dick's 4chan. Fuck off.
You deserved everything you got.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's Stinko's website.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They forgot to make the website not Stinkos, and that's their downfall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Could have made it good. There was some good boards on there. Continued to say, "What if racism was still funny?" Though.
Yeah. I still recall, like the stuff that's like the board post that's like, why would people like My Little Pony now?
That's a good question. Why would people like My Little Pony now?
That's true, but at the time it was before G4 aired. They announced there's like, yep, this is what My Little Pony looks like now, and then some guy was like, oh boy, they're gonna make so much porn of these horses, and then someone else was like, why?
I don't think anyone would have really predicted how much porn would get made of these horses.
Yeah, like a lot I can understand the prediction of possibly, maybe. It's a visually appealing cartoon with like big cartoonist like people in charge.
And then you get an article just describing Princess Celestia as like highly sexualized.
We just make sure this is still the case. Yeah, it's still up there with Pokemon and Toho in terms of number of hits.
Dang. That's crazy.
Hi, Taze.
Hi, Taze.
Okay. So we solved, on the last case, we solved the mystery of prove winner evil.
Damn. It was easy.
Yeah, because he's so evil. We totally forgot about the president.
I mean, we'd get to him eventually. It's practically the same day.
Not practically. It is the same day. It's like 4 hours later.
Yeah, but it feels like more.
Big winner or little winner? Big winner. We killed Big winner. He went to hell.
Yeah. Where he belongs.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go. Also, little winner, he became competent for like actually a long period of time. It wasn't just like one or the other. He was competent for a while.
Yeah.
He told his dad to fuck off, which was pretty epic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't have any ideas. Okay, I do have one idea. I would like to get this said on the record. I think that's a body double. I think the president's still alive.
Uh-oh. I've become different.
I saw a flash of the difference.
Don't mind me. I'm just trying to fix myself.
Aren't we all? Isn't that just the human condition?
So true.
Trauma does wild things. Oh, yeah. And boy, howdy, was that fucker traumatized.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I mean, like, his mom was disappeared by his dad. You know what? Ooh, that's a terrifying headcanon. You think Winner sucks so much because he like turned off critical thinking? Because if he thought at all, he would incriminate his dad.
Oh, that does just suck.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to think about that. Much like Winterton.
Oh, you've turned it around, and now it hurts me again.
Yeah.
That checks out. But it's sad. It's a sad checkout. All right, let's hop in. Maybe Winter's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to wave my hand. I should get small, huh?
Yeah.
That's big.
Yes,
one of these days, I'll learn which one.
You say that every stream.
I don't say it on the Monster Hunter streams.
That's because we're not real.
Well, it would really help me learn. Jack, did you take away?
Hmm?
Did you take away?
I need to turn it back on. I'm sorry. Whatever you're trying to hit me with, I forgot to turn it back on for this stream because I was Monster Hunter. There's no reason to hit me with the big shanks because it won't work.
Yeah. But now we have reasons to hit you with big shanks.
That's true. And I do deserve it. Power up points. Shanks attack. Head pat spin. Cheese. Psychic. Rocks. Jacket toggle. Big shank. Shank swarm. Should I turn on stun seed?
That's up to you.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Taze.
Thank you for testing its work.
Uh-oh. I sure hope no one tests more rocks at me.
Wow.
Okay, but we are back. We're so back.
We are so back, gamers.
Are you ready to hit buttons, Rari?
Yeah. I'm terrified of buttons.
I got killed by rocks.
I'm back. Fair, you've always deserved it.
If two guys were on Twitch and one of them killed the other with 3 rocks, would that be fucked up or what?
I think that would be content.
God damn it. You know what? You're so right. Rari, if you wouldn't mind hitting the button for me.
Which hand would actually reach out and get it? No, the other one. Yeah.
There you go. So true.
Yeah.
How's it balanced? Is Rari quiet?
Am I small?
I can turn the game down. Rari's always right, but is she quiet though?
Am I too small for streams? I'm trying out a different mic position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's difficult since I didn't test with the balance.
Oh.
Usually quieter than me. Huh. Usually quieter. I thought I balanced it quite well. Let me turn my mic down. No. Okay, so when I talk, I usually get into the 5s, the negative 5s. So I need Rari to be in the negative 5s. Oh, I can up the user volume by like a good 55%.
I'm gonna do a continuous tone.
Mm-hmm. Is it gonna be? Okay, you're hitting like 20. You need to be like 15 decibels louder.
Make me a big scream.
I gave it as much as I could through Discord. You're gonna need to do the rest yourself.
Oh, Damn it. No, that wasn't the joke. Like, I should have did that and then went...
Okay. Give me a standard tone.
This is a standard bat tone E.
That's
Two.
that. Maybe I can be a little bit quieter. Ooh, that's too quiet. Is that too quiet? I'll go in the middle. I think we're good now.
Schmelkum in the schmiddle.
Yeah, we're schmiddling.
Schmidler on the roof.
Brain, come on, you can't. Schmidler's List. You can't do that! Zach, you're gonna get in trouble! Yeah. 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 Okay. Well, now that that's out of the system, let's continue.
Taurosaurus.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll figure out that Taurosaurus is real by the end of this case, or my name isn't Luffy. Could you maybe calm down a little?
Calm down. No way, Jose. Not until y'all come clean. It's for your own good, dang it.
Doesn't Jose usually have an accent over it?
It would if you actually spoke Spanish.
No, I'm just saying, is this Jose or is it Joe's?
No, Joe's. Just has never actually heard it, just only read it.
She's just a reporter. She just reads the newspaper. That's a dumb nitpick, but it's really funny.
Our intrepid reporters refuse to give up, even in the face of repeated stonewalling from the crew.
Look, stop harassing these people, or I'll have to ask you to.
You cops sure got a lot of nerve. Y'all are the ones who let the Taurosaurus run wild. Hoping to hide the fact that they bred this menace themselves, the staff cling desperately to their story.
Audio levels sound good now, by the way. Yippee! Yahoo!
Yep.
I can't believe that Lotta and Lloyd are standing strong against police cover-ups for the wrong things.
Yeah.
Like, when they do this shit to Edgeworth, like, they're just like, well, I'm glad you resolved that yourself.
Look, we're really not breeding anything. This is a movie set. Says the gal who told me she don't see Gertie with her own dang eyes. I saw something, but that doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here.
I'm gonna say this is Lang.
Okay. All right, break it up. Oh, you're right. Got it. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
And Sean!
Sean! Y'all are on the trail of this here monster infestation too, huh? No. We're on the trail of a criminal. Lang Zi says, the darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster.
I hate that Lang Zi does have a quote for any situation.
Well,
Lang Zi says, number 5 with fries, please.
that is to say, a killer is no different from a monster, really.
He was so wise. You know, no, fuck, it's that fucking post Where it's like, would you like fries with that? Let me consult the teachings of Lang Z. Get the fries, you'll need the energy in the coming days.
Just a little anthropomorphic scroll.
Agent Lang, this is highly irregular, sir. We can't allow members of the public onto the crime scene.
These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here.
Well, Agent Lang, here we are. Where do you intend to begin?
Let's start by summing up the facts. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning.
Just as a quick summary, he's still fucking dead.
He hadn't been seen since the night before last.
Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly.
So he was missing for over a day. And the last person to see him alive was you, Judge Gavel, on the roof of the big building.
Ma'am!
Milk. Sweaty milk. Why did the two of you arrange to meet? I'm sorry, but I can't say.
Great. Not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder? Assassination, even? Why? Why can't you tell us?
Please, Judge Gavel, we're trying to help you. Ha! She can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more.
The Fifth Amendment is like a right, but you can choose to forego that right if you so choose. Maybe one crime is less bad than the other one.
Yeah. I don't have my lawyer present.
No, that's true.
I know you had something to do with the president's murder, and I'm going to prove it.
Proof? You said yourself that the body was only found this morning. How do you explain the time that passed between the Judge Gavel's meeting with the president and then?
That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. Yeah, you forgot critical cannon.
Hold on, let me just, boop. Here we go.
Kerchoo.
Cravat beam.
Cravat beam cannon.
Hold on, can you do the fingers to the...
What the
Cravat beam cannon! I can't do it forward. So I can't...
No.
Yeah.
I can't even do it, period. It just turns into a fist immediately.
I'm sure you could do it forward.
Nope.
It's trying.
It doesn't like it.
It doesn't like it, but it's trying. Yep. Oop. All right.
I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down? Sean Finn.
Me?
We know you were here on the set last night. You were Sean? We have testimony from the woman over there, and forensic evidence from the footprints that prove it. You came back to run your lines, right?
The milk carton's clearly mirrored. No, it's the best part of any, like, sprite-based game like this. Like, it makes sense. It's 100% understandable. It's also really funny.
Near milk.
What? You were spying on me?
I I'm sorry. I was just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was worried about you.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need you to worry about me. I'm 13, Mom. I can go to the store by myself.
Buy all that milk.
I'm going to get taller if it's the last thing I do. Now imagine he's lactose intolerant.
Ugh, stinky.
Yep.
He has so much milk.
Now imagine he's lactose intolerant. Boom. Boy. Oh,
Sean, that is no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologize this instant.
Sorry.
I've told you before, and I won't have you speaking to people that way. Wow, this is a whole new Judge Gavelle.
It seems she's just as strict with her son as she is with those who break the law.
Are you listening to me? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You must...
Infinite lecture no jutsu.
And I want you to remember that, alright? Can we get on with the investigation now? Oh, of course. Forgive me.
It was a teachable moment. Full on mom mode. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think I've ever seen her so passionate about anything. She's even more dedicated to Sean than the goddess of justice. I would hope so, but, you know, you can never be too sure.
Yeah.
I guess Judge Gavelle the mother will take a little getting used to. Are we to understand that you're accusing Sean of being involved somehow, Agent Lang?
I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who. And I don't care what it takes. I'm going to find out.
Guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. Alright, Sean, perhaps you could tell us what happened last night? Fine by me. I've got nothing to hide.
Oh, he's got stuff to hide.
It's all the milk. He stole it.
No,
Judge
I
Gavelle's
wouldn't
gonna have to hit him
for that.
with the hammer.
The biggest bunkus.
Mm-hmm. She proved as much last time, what with letting Sean be more important than the trial. That's true.
Yeah.
I had a bad day yesterday. Messed up a couple of takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today, so I thought I'd put in some extra practice, and that's what I did. It's that simple. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened.
You've been rehearsing late at night again. When I called you yesterday evening, Sean, you said you were at the hotel.
You called him? Around what time?
It must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. It's one of our rules. When Sean stays away from home, we have to speak every night.
I guess that's a good rule for a child.
A child star that has a job.
Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set. I'll kill you!
So you lied to me?
Oh no. Her theme of Gavelle playing again is the most ominous. You know what, Sean? Like, Lang is just like, Sean, run. Sorry!
Ooh, now she's mad. I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting, though.
Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. Her child alone late at night, anything could happen to him. And indeed it did. He got himself entangled in this case.
But he said nothing happened, right?
He did. Although I can't help but wonder if he was telling the truth. His bedtime shouldn't be any later than 11 p.m. at the latest, even being an actor. Yeah, especially
I
if
don't
they're.
know.
I guess it depends on when they're shooting, right? Because if they're doing late night shoots.
See, the problem is that he has school tomorrow, so
No, he doesn't.
it's a school night. It's a school night. He has to go to sleep.
Ah,
He needs 8.5 hours of sleep.
which means he should be sleeping. You know what? He should be sleeping every moment he's not acting and schooling.
And drinking milk.
Well, he's already doing that throughout. He's actually got a system to drink milk in his sleep.
Ugh.
Horrible. All right, let's press this kid.
Damn.
Tell me about those takes you messed up. A bad day. Could you elaborate a little? What, I have to spell it out for you? It was just bad, okay?
Huh. What do you think? Did he drink too much milk, maybe?
Boom. How did you... No! Nothing like that!
Oh no. What if he is lactose intolerant?
That's his freak out as he just shits.
No!
Horrible. No! So it might be more accurate to say that his stomach had a bad day.
Oh.
He did shit. Oh, jeez.
We must spread the lactose around.
Oh, yeah. Dilute it among
Mhm.
the different timelines.
Mhm.
That happened in Homestuck.
Why do you hate me?
Happy
Why
April!
must I learn a... Huh. I thought milk was supposed to be good for your digestion.
Shut up! We're done talking about that! The point is, I messed up those takes. Did I shoot the same scene again today? So you wanted to rehearse your lines in preparation for the reshoots. Yeah, I caused enough trouble for everybody messing things up the first time around. Wasn't about to do that again. I'm a pro. One can only admire his dedication and his sense of responsibility to his coworkers.
Sean takes his work so seriously. He's a real inspiration to everybody. Even the takes he said he messed up, it wasn't like they were actually a problem. He just wanted to make them as good as they could be. He always says that even a tiny bit better is...
Shut up! Why do you always have to say stuff people don't need to hear?
Oh, sorry, Sean.
You could maybe work on his people skills a little more. Anyway, as I was saying... So I thought I'd put in some extra practice, and that's what I did. It's that simple. Sean, about what you just said.
How many times have I made you promise? If you're going to rehearse on your own, you have to tell me.
Now here's the lecture from Verity. I know. Well, that little outburst rather stole my thunder. I said hold it, and then she said hold it. Let me ask you again, about what you just said.
I think it's pretty cool though, Sean.
What? More interruptions?
It's all the hours of practice that make you the best you can be, little by little. And I mean little. I'm the same. I went from small-time thief to average thief, and before I knew it, I was the greatness beckoned.
How much milk did you have to drink?
About this much milk.
One milk?
Um,
Okay.
this much milk.
I see, that much milk. That's like less than a carton.
But now that I finally made it, I'm not about to stop doing my best, and neither should you.
Ahem. May I continue? Do you often rehearse alone? I got my question out without being interrupted.
Yippee.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure? What do you mean? Of course I'm sure. It was just a regular evening, nothing out of the ordinary.
Huh? A regular evening? How can you say that? Somebody was...
Well, if you're around Judge Gavelle as much as I am, there's just a lot of dead bodies. Pretty sure.
Dang,
Thank you,
messed up.
Vanilla. Okay, he's just a child. You mustn't be too hard on him. Nothing happened. Really?
Nothing to do with the case anyway. At least, that's what it sounds like he wants us to believe? But wait, don't we have some evidence related
We
to
do.
what happened last
Don't
night?
worry about it. We don't have time to be humoring the lies of a child. There it is. The monster footprints were here when he was doing the rehearsal. Sean. Nothing happened? I'm sorry, but you're lying. This proves it beyond a doubt. Wait, how did you? That's right, your rehearsal tape.
What? You have video footage from last night?
Uh-huh. We do. If you watch it, you'll see that it was no ordinary evening.
There's a footprint there already.
See, what I'm interested in is the fact that this, which we saw in the CG in Winner's garage, was also here. There is. And I'm not sure that's an everyday sight, even on a film set.
Sean, why would you keep this from me?
No reason?
Liar! That stuff might work on your mommy, kid, but it's not going to work on me.
Lang's so mad at this kid. Lang's so mad in general because of the circumstances of the case, but man, he's not holding back.
Why did you hide the tape? Sean, you have to tell us.
You? Look, I just didn't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it.
Huh?
You were embarrassed, is that it? Yeah. What's so weird about that?
That's why you didn't hand over vital evidence? Sean, how could you?
Give me a break. You know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home. That was it.
What? And nothing about the giant monster footprint struck you as weird? It's a giant monster footprint.
It's a giant monster footprint. I can see her doing that.
Yeah.
On the set of a giant monster movie, dumb bitch.
What did you call me?
Nothing.
Just fucking hear the gavel crack the dirt.
You hear the extension of the telescopic gavel.
It just gets longer.
It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird stuff around here.
I don't buy it for a second. Chief, there's something hinky?
Yeah, hinky.
Something hinky about this kid. Sure as I'm standing right here. Dang Skippy there is. He's hiding a scoop under them there horns, or my name ain't Lotta Hart.
Ah, shut up, both of you. I'm done talking. Fucking girls. No, you're not. What? The footprint isn't the only strange thing about last night. What other unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening?
Um. I don't remember.
Yesterday evening. The Taurosaurus head fell, I guess. The gate chain was cut last night. Taurosaurus head, then the chain, I guess.
Take that!
The model of Taurosaurus's head fell from the roof of that trailer last night. Did you expect us to believe that you knew nothing about that? I don't know what you're talking about. Is that so? I told you, ran my lines, went home. That's it. What do I know about some stupid falling head? Or are you saying you can prove I know something? Sadly not. It's entirely possible that the head fell after Sean left. No proof, huh? Then this conversation is over. Something tells me he doesn't want to talk about last night any more than is absolutely necessary. What is he hiding?
Hold it right there.
What is it, Agent Lang?
So it's just as I thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor.
What do you got, Lang? What's up?
This footage of yours backs up my theory nicely. What? There was something else on that tape? Yup. Look closely. See the costume up in the top left? Oh yeah, the Taurosaurus suit.
Oh, open zipper, huh?
Something's different. Do you see it? I'm not sure. It's just kind of hanging out and looking a little saggy.
Oh, the theory that the body was in the suit.
Oh, and the zipper on his back is done up tight.
The zipper? Huh? That's...
Yeah, I guess you all see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper is wide open.
What?
Why? Because somebody's inside the suit. That's
Honestly,
why.
having the emphasis on the somebody.
Somebody's. What?
Bursting out of Taurosaurus. Somebody! Mr. Powers, that zipper, what can you tell us about it? Oh, well, we always close it up tight when the suit isn't in use.
That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. And do you remember something else I said not so long ago? Let me refresh your memory.
What if your friend Gamal pushed a person off the big building and then it came down the movie set and hit the body somewhere?
Hit the movie? Where?
There's all kinds of stuff down here, costumes, equipment, you can hide anywhere. And that's not in other words, take it out again.
You're saying the body could have been hidden in the Taurosaurus suit?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Isn't that right, Gavel? You pushed the president off the roof just like I said. Then you hid his body inside that costume. I most certainly did not. Protest all you like. I'm not going to believe you. You're the only person who could have done this.
I thought we already proved that would have been impossible. The movie set was locked at the time. There's no way Judge Gavel would have been able to get in here.
What if she had an accomplice?
Sean hid the body? Oh no. Except that doesn't fucking work because, photo taken yesterday, there's a guy in the suit. Right.
Yep.
What?
Now, I know this looks...
God damn it!
I've got a little theory for you. I think you're going to like it.
I don't. Mother and child murderers.
Yippee! I love murder. What if Sean was weighted down here when Gavel pushed the president off the roof? If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away. They then work to hide the body together too, by dragging it over to the Taurosaurus suit and stuffing it inside.
You think the murder was really that carefully planned?
It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned. To suggest that Sean could have been involved in this, it's unthinkable. You're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm going to listen to a word you say?
What about motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang?
Who knows, but we'll find out soon enough. She was the last one to meet with him, and she won't tell us why. Pretty darn suspicious. Even you have to agree with that.
Yeah. Come on, Cavell. Just spill the beans already.
Oh, but it makes such a mess.
You can't make bean soup without spilling a few beans.
Look, I left the messy bitch high school phase a long time ago. I straightened up with the law.
I haven't spilled tea in over a decade. Judge Cavell, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details.
My apologies, but that is one thing I cannot do.
I'm gonna find out. You know that, right?
Please don't. I hate the mind chess dimension.
It's not like I love it either, but lady, you're leaving me little options. My domain expansion, mind chess.
However, rest assured, should that ever change, you will be the first to know.
Huh?
So please, you...
Have to believe me? Yeah, murderers have a habit of saying that.
So do innocent people, Lang.
Well, I don't know what an innocent person is. I'm guilty until proven otherwise.
God damn it. She has another child she's trying to protect.
Sean has a twin.
He's themed after a different animal. Ace Attorney has done 2 twins themed after animals bits. Batty and Betty DeFemme, and Sean and fucking, I don't know, Cow Fen.
What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer? If so, now's the time to get them off your chest.
I got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent.
Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? But let me guess, you're going to try and stick up for them.
It's true. Judge Cavell's actions certainly make her seem suspicious. But nothing she has told us amounts to a motive for murder, or even the suggestion of one.
No, and like I said, I'm leaving motive aside for now. For the moment, I'm focusing on the means and opportunity. And for my money, these two had to be working together for their little plot to succeed.
Rebuttal. Nuh-uh.
Damn, he got me with the nah-uh.
Hold it!
You're seriously suggesting that a child could have been an accomplice in this murder?
Look at him, he's still in elementary school. There's no way a kid that young would be involved in something like this. I think I mentioned he's in junior high, right? Lang Zi says, "Pity no wolf, be he cub or grizzled elder." It doesn't matter how young he is. If he's guilty, and he'll be treated as such.
Untrue. Laws do differ depending on your age.
So what if he's a minor? I mean, there's jails for minors.
That's true.
Wow, wolf cubs have it hard, huh?
Does Lang think that like they're gonna find Sean guilty and then they're gonna put him to the chair? Like,
I don't know what they're gonna do. It's like, I don't think Japan doesn't have capital punishment. Neither does. Isn't it illegal in California? It's not illegal, but
California, I
in
think
California.
so.
Yeah, I don't think they have a capital punishment in California either.
I think languages do it though. I think languages kill him.
You just pull out a gun.
No, bare teeth.
Oh shit. That's
He's like,
awful.
all right, you're guilty.
Evil.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at you, Mr. Prosecutor. You're saying he deserves mercy just because of his age?
Of course not.
It's
I would never
insane.
give mercy to someone. Ever.
I'm sorry. Just the phrase of he's gonna give him mercy because of his age.
Fucked up. No, I would never. I'm gonna prove that he just couldn't do it.
I'll be looking forward to it, but be warned, I'm only just getting warmed up.
Hold it.
Goes away how exactly?
I thought you might try this, but you and I both know exactly how. Let me make it nice and simple for you. First, she pushes the president off the roof. Pushes. Okay. Then the kid opens the combination lock, because he knows the code. Yep, the kid opens the code, knows lock, gotcha.
Okay. How's that brain damage?
I think I have 1.5 brain cell.
All right, we're gonna. Hey Kay, can you just go go pose for us? We need some great thief poses.
Okay.
No, Kay, the other way around.
And that's it. It's that simple. No more lock to worry about. And no more objections about her not being able to get in because she didn't know the code.
That would explain away the problem of the lock. It's true. Thank you for your clear and incisive explanation, Agent Lang. Please continue.
I will. And hopefully this next part will shut you up for good.
Nothing could ever shut me up for good.
Damn, that's so
I
true.
die, Maya Fey. She dies, Pearl Fey. Hopefully, there's another Fey at some point.
Some point.
Kind of just them two left, huh?
Uh-oh.
There's Brayfa Padma Kurain, but she can't channel. She can only summon the last moments of the deceased. Incisive? Yeah, it's like incisor. That's a word. Couldn't tell you what it like explicitly means, but you know.
I thought it was kind of like cutting. I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, a clear. Yeah,
Clear cut.
penetrating, clear and sharp.
Gotcha. Okay. Hide the body. But if the two of them were working together, why would they need to hide the body for a full day?
Well, look at this situation right in front of you. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over what they were even up to now. But if you'll let me speak, I can clear this whole mess up once and for all.
I do love it when characters get genuinely mad at the fact that they got interrupted. Like they were
Yeah,
clearly in the
I'm-
middle of a sentence and we were like, hold it! And they're like,
I mean, you would be too.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to explain, like, either your innocence or, in this case, like, well, damn, Lane's fucking explanation is stupid. Ready? Good. So, like I was saying, they work together to hide the body.
Hold it.
the video footage doesn't show the inside of the suit. You can't say for certain that there was a body in there at the time, can you?
Maybe not, but we can take a look right now. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I'd put money on us finding proof that it was there.
Genuinely, that, like, I don't know why we haven't done that yet. Do you mind if we examine the suit, Mr. Powers? Oh, not at all. Might be a little ripe, though. It gets pretty sweaty in there.
It's very funny to be so sheepish after saying that.
Someone's happy about that. Is it Edgeworth? I don't know.
You just see Lang run up there.
Ugh. It's filthy. Let me get a sniffer.
Ah!
Yeah, that's weird. I always clean it out pretty good. If you don't, it get kind of moldy.
In other words, what we're looking at is proof that somebody other than you used the costume. That dirt in there must have come from the body. I guess the president was lying right in the middle of that footprint. He probably would have gotten pretty dirty. Exactly. Well, everybody happy?
But there's no flecks of yellow. And there were no monster footprints yesterday. So he didn't get dirty when he fell, right? Okay. So it's this one.
Objection!
Fuck! Would you mind taking a look at this for me, Agent Lang?
What? Why? What are you trying even to tell me here?
You really don't see it? Then I can only suggest that you are no longer the investigator you once... Holy shit, Edgeworth! What the fuck, man?
Killing him.
Yeah.
Seriously? I'm not the one asking questions about irrelevant junk. If anybody's no longer the investigator they once were here, it's you.
Yeah. I was sure that was the right piece of evidence.
What are you thinking, Mr. Edgeworth? This is Agent Lang we're talking about. You can't go up against him unless you're totally sure you have something.
I was! I'll take it more seriously. Let me press and see, you know. If dirt is from when the body was hidden inside the suit, we're assuming that it came directly from the body, correct?
What are you even talking about? Of course we are. Where else would it have come from? It really is pretty filthy in there, huh? The dirt got everywhere. Especially around the part where the chest would have been.
The chest? I think that might be an important clue.
His theory hangs together pretty well, I have to say.
It's certainly the case that they could have carried out the murder if they were working together. I don't think we stand to gain much by disputing that.
So what do we do instead?
I don't know, Kay. Grabs her by the shoulders. Kay, please, I need something, anything. I have no idea.
Smoke bomb.
All right, Judge Gavelle, Sean, let's get out of here. Sean, you ride on my shoulders. They're very broad.
I got the other one.
Okay, so it is just going to be the body because he doesn't have dirt on his chest. Yeah, okay. So our assumption is that the inside of the suit is dirty because the dirt came from the body. Would it be safe to say that's the case?
Why? Is there a problem?
The part of the suit directly in front of the opening is particularly dirty.
Yeah, it really is.
But look at the victim. The area of his body that would have been in contact with that part of the suit isn't dirty at all. If the victim had been crammed in there, as you suggest, his chest would surely be covered in dirt.
Gah. Fine. So what's your explanation? How did all that dirt get inside there?
Based on the videotape, there may well have been somebody in the suit at the time. So who was it if it wasn't the president?
Come on, Kay, think. Where was it?
Something the matter, Kay?
I've seen dirt like that somewhere else. I'm sure of it. I just can't think of where. Dirt with weird little gray bits in it.
Winner? Why was Winner? Why is there a winner in the Taurosaurus? Gray bits. She's right. There is somebody mixed in there.
It was stuck to something else we looked at. Lots of it.
Oh, an amount of evidence, maybe? It's probably worth checking. Nah, there's not. We're good.
Take that!
As Kay pointed out, the dirt in the suit contains small flecks of something gray.
And
We discovered similar flecks stuck to an item belonging to somebody we recently had dealings with. The item in question being these gloves.
you're right. The dirt does look similar. But so what? What are you saying this stuff is? What exactly are these gray flecks of yours?
I believe the gray flecks are concrete. It's probably concrete, right?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I don't think it's paint. It's probably concrete. Surely they're flecks of concrete.
Oh, like all the little broken up bits around the footprints, you mean?
Exactly. Who did the gloves on which we found similar dirt and gray flecks belong to?
Chairman Winter! We found them in his garage.
That's right. We visited the garage at his home earlier today. Oh, there were bags of concrete. Right.
Oh, yeah, that... Okay. And he has a bunch of tools.
He does. Like a sledgehammer.
Schmammer.
Interesting. So, Winter comes back, starts breaking the floor with his sledgehammer, with his bag, his tool bag that he brought over there, and then casts specific bits out of more concrete so as to make the cloven hoof part. Eh?
Something to think about.
Found a pair of mechanic's gloves covered in dirt. If I recall correctly, a sledgehammer to shovel too. Why would a pair of mechanic's gloves be covered in dirt? Wait a minute, actually, no. Wasn't one of the flashes that happened in the, preview thing, No, I'm thinking of something else. I thought it was the inside of a stairwell, like the bottom floor of a stairwell, but actually I think that the stairs were just the stairs in the trailer. I'll tell you why, because somebody wore them while they used that hammer and shovel. They smashed through the concrete to the dirt below, staining the gloves with both substances.
Wait, so you're saying...
Yes, that we finally know what these footprints really are. It seems highly likely that they were dug by Chairman Winter.
highly likely? If that's so, then tell me this.
Then why Simon?
Why the heck did he make them? What possible... what purpose could they possibly serve?
Why indeed. I imagine he must have been burying something, digging something up. I think he must have been digging something up. Imagine events unfolded somewhat like this. There was something on this lot that he needed to unearth. In order to do so, he cut the chain on the side entrance and gained access from there. He then used the sledgehammer and shovel to dig 3 footprints.
Wow, motion graphics are my passion.
When he found what he was looking for, he bagged it up and filled in all the holes.
Ah, but then Sean must have showed up, right?
I think he did, yes. Chairman Winter would have had to find a hiding place, and the Taurosaurus suit provided just that.
Yeah. You got all that from a pair of dirty gloves. It's good, but it's all just speculation. We don't have any proof that he was inside that suit. He could have dug those holes and gotten out of here before the kid even showed up.
But he didn't, and there's proof of that right there in the footage. It shows that Chairman Winter was still present when this recording was made.
What?
Shame that Agent Lang didn't notice it himself. Well, also the fact that like he didn't know that's Winner's bag.
Yeah.
But if you compare the situation as we see it now to the situation as it appears on Sean's rehearsal tape, and compare that in turn to what we saw in Chairman Winner's garage,
Wow.
it was Eustace. He was in the suit. They really like giving it to you, though. I guess
Yeah,
it's good in
like-
case you took a long break from the first part of the case.
Take that.
Yeah. Shoot.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I have to be right back.
Okay. I'll entertain chat while you're gone. Now I'll get a snack. We'll run a quick 1 minute ad. Back in a flash. Ad. I forgot that it was still visible. But yeah. Eustacine isn't evidence. A refresher is good for that, since some people might not maybe pick up on it. Yeah. Yeah. I also said I was going to go get yogurt, and then I ate some cookies. I'm a silly sausage. They pumped me full of silly. Because before I was empty. Yep. Thank you for the cheese. It's. I need. Let me.
I'm so small. I'm tiny.
Don't worry. We'll go back to gaming now, so you can get tiny again. Now you're appropriately scaled.
Yahoo!
Yippee! Ugh, I ate cookies.
Ooh, cookie good.
I went to the grocery store, and like these are from like the grocery store bakery. They're the least done cookies I think you can sell. I don't think you should actually be able to sell these cookies like legally. They should be dough.
Ugh.
Delicious.
Yeah, that's true.
If I get salmonella, worth.
Damn.
Yeah, that's just me though.
Brave enough to endure lactose intolerance and salmonella.
At the same time, no way. Look at the bag next to the Torosaurus suit. We saw the same bag in Chairman Winner's garage. The same bag, the dirt on the gloves. That has to indicate a connection, surely. Bibbidi-boo. When digging the monster footprints. I think that pretty much seals it. It was Excelsius Winter in the suit. And if he was in there, the president's body can't have been. Good. Seems I've convinced Agent Lang of the flaws in his theory. Somebody get to Chairman Winter's house right away! We need to know what's in that bag! Well, yeah.
Y'all done lost your minds. I can't believe what I'm hearing here. What's all this hogswill?
Yeah, this is all we need.
Them right there's Tarsaurus's footprints, dang it. Ain't no holes dug up by no old guy.
I think I've demonstrated more than adequately that's exactly what they are.
Don't matter to me none what you done just said. I don't believe it, and that's that. I done told y'all, I seen that thing. Bad bowl with my own 2 eyes.
The giant eye appearing in the window. I thought we'd gotten past that nonsense.
We ain't about to let that go. What kind of journalists would we be if we did, huh?
Good ones?
No.
Responsible ones? I guess that's the whole problem.
How you gonna get scoop soup?
By scooping it.
Wait, ain't like it was just about the footprints, no how. You were seen fraternizing with one of them there monsters, ain't that correct, young man? But by the young lady over there, if I'm not very much mistaken.
We're never gonna get anywhere with these two around. Gumshoe, kick them out!
Maybe if we could prove to them that it wasn't a monster either, they'll finally drop it. What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Any bright ideas?
Prove that it wasn't a monster? Okay, I don't suppose there's much else for it. Let's see what we can do.
What are y'all two whispering about? Y'all are hiding something, ain't ya? Admit it.
Yeah, no, we admit it. We are hiding Torosaurus. It's right over there in the street.
Hear that? Well, let's get out.
Oh no, they've been hit by 3 cars.
Quick, Tabby, roll tape.
Hold it!
Could I politely ask that you both calm down? The monster the boy was seen talking to, we know what it was now.
Huh?
That's right, Sean's rehearsal tape finally cleared up that particular mystery.
It did?
The point at which Nichols thought she was Simon Gordy, that would have been right when he was making his rehearsal tape. I think she mistook a certain object for the legendary creature of the lake. Your so-called monster is right here in this picture. You know what? Thank God that we're actually just doing the picture. I didn't have to find it and then present it because it's really, really not that visible in this photo.
Huh? I don't see no Gordy. That ain't nothing but a dumb snapshot. You're talking to a pro here. Can't fool me with no trick photography.
Everyone can fool you, Lotta. I'm sorry.
Oh, I got scoop soup to serve.
More like scooped soup to get served.
Take that!
That's right, it was a camera crane. That is what Miss Nichols saw, not Gordy.
What?
Sean's rehearsal tape was shot from a noticeably elevated viewpoint. A viewpoint that would only have been possible if the camera in question was attached to a crane.
Bull, how the hell would she make a mistake like that, huh?
Objection!
Easily. How indeed, Miss Nichols?
Yes?
You told us you think you might need new glasses, didn't you?
Yeah, my eyesight got way worse all of a sudden.
I imagine that when you thought you saw Gordy, he was quite heavily shrouded in darkness.
That's right. I only really saw a silhouette. But you done told us. Skin like an enormous worm. You said it. Y'all about to try and tell us your precious crane crane up and grew skin somehow? Sorry.
That'd be fucked
Crane
up.
up and grew.
I wouldn't like that at all.
No, scary. Ain't even no flesh on them there metal bones, let alone skin.
You're entirely correct, of course, about the crane as it was in this particular picture anyway. It did have a skin of a sort last night.
I knew you were a scoop hater, but this is plumb crazy. You want Tabby and me to starve? Is that it?
You hate women, I see. Sounds like a worm to me. So true. That wasn't my intent at all. I do think it's time I finally put them both out of their misery. Gordy skin is right here in front of us. It wasn't skin at all. It was this. It was dirt! Dirt from the ground!
Take that!
Miss Nichols told us that it seemed likely to rain last night. That never happened in the end, but I think Sean may have covered the crane with rainproof sheeting nonetheless. And that, my intrepid young reporters, is what Miss Nichols mistook for Gordy's skin.
What?
I forgot about her bear trap. Freak out is good.
Oh, heck.
Well, Sean, am I mistaken? You see everything, don't you? Gotta say, you're pretty amazing. I'm sorry, Miss Hart, but Miss Nichols' monster was no such thing. It was simply a trick of the light.
And just like that, the dream dies again. Chief. I think they might have that may have finally shut them up. I thought the kid was holding out on us, but it seems like I could have been maybe a little wrong. Maybe. All right. We know what the so-called monster was now. Everybody happy? Everybody except these two.
Yeah, they don't have a story anymore. They're going to starve. Agent Lang! The president's autopsy report is out, sir.
It is? Let me see it. Death was due to full body contusions and bone breakages caused by extreme pressure from above. So we have our cause of death. He was crushed.
Just as we thought.
Test results still haven't come back from the yellow substance found on his chest. But they did find gunshot residue in his right hand. Gunshot residue? Guess he was a kid at heart, huh?
Kay.
Kay's never seen a gun in her entire life.
Yes, you have.
She's a ninja.
Callisto, you pointed a gun at her.
That was just...
No, that was for kids rendition
God
where they
damn
teach it to him. He was offering some gum.
Kay, are you sure you don't have brain damage?
That's a good question.
Gunshot residue, Kay. It's a substance left behind when a firearm is discharged. Its presence indicates the president may have used a gun.
Really? But we didn't find a gun anywhere, did we?
Indeed not, which makes the residue something of a riddle. We'll need to read that report carefully. Well, Agent Lang, that clears one thing up at least. The president didn't die from a fall, which means he wasn't pushed from the roof of the big building. He was crushed by the falling Taurosaurus head, just as we said he was.
I guess I have to accept that for now. Fine, you are right. Amazing. So does that mean Judge Cavell isn't a suspect anymore either?
She is still the last person to see him alive.
Hmm.
Surely it must. Both the cause and time of death rule her out. She met with the president the night before last, but the autopsy report puts the time of death at around 11 p.m. last night. We know that the Torosaurus head fell around then too. The facts all line up perfectly.
Phew, what a relief. Sorry, it might be a little too soon to celebrate.
What?
Sure, I think we can accept that. The falling head must have been what killed the president. But that begs the question of what could have caused it to fall, or who.
We know it happened late last night, so we have to think about who was here at that time.
What are you getting at exactly? You can't mean... I'm afraid I do. You did it, didn't you? Sean.
Um,
The kid's hiding something. He was right here last night, right where the body was found. He saw the footprints.
This is all while Miles was in a holding cell, by the way. Was he? Okay, so this morning was the final day of the trial, which, yeah, he was in the holding cell. Yeah. Yeah. Fucked up. Strange, even.
Dams.
Yeah.
And yet he wants us to believe he knows nothing about what happened. That's a big ask, surely.
We haven't yet established that the footprints had anything to do with the murder. Even if he did see them, that doesn't mean he was involved.
Maybe not, but his face tells me something different.
No, my face! I'm such a bad liar for an actor.
As does the fact that he's shaking like a leaf.
Does seem like Agent Lang might be onto something. I don't think Sean's going to talk.
Fine, keep your mouth shut, kid. But I have a better idea. Why don't we let your tape do the talking?
What exactly are you planning, Agent Lang?
The police have some pretty sophisticated image analysis tools these days.
Enhance! Zoom and enhance!
You would go to such extreme lengths to see my son convicted.
We would go to such extreme lengths for the truth, lady! It's not ideal, but if the boy won't talk, we don't have any other way of getting to the truth. Detective Gumshoe, you have access to exactly such a device, do you not? Sure do, Lil V!
Good. Then that would make this nice and quick. Mr. Edgeworth, might I request that it be you who carries out the analysis in question?
Why me?
I fear that Agent Lang might be inclined to believe the worst.
Image analysis isn't exactly my specialty, but okay. Are the nucleus to be discovered somewhere in the image data, I wonder? No, not this one. Not that one. Probably in the corner here, right? What? Fucking jump scare, my god!
Not even trying to.
Wait, doesn't Akuma have that move? Doesn't he have a vanish teleport?
It doesn't vanish, but he does teleport. He's just raging demon somebody in the darkness.
His feet don't even show up.
Yeah,
his feet should, but no. Pop into the low draw distance.
Look, the DS was only so powerful.
Urethra!
Urethra! That's where this kid jump scared too.
Gumshoe, why did it make him appear?
That's the power of technology. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Let me see.
Die 1,000 deaths!
What is it? What's the matter? Show me.
1,000!
Mr. Edgeworth, the court asks you to that you share your findings.
Zoom in on the top right part of the image and look closely. Follow the car.
There's a person there. It's the president. Oh my.
What? You're kidding, right?
Well, I'd say that's pretty decisive, wouldn't you?
This doesn't look good for Sean at all. Wait, this doesn't prove anything. I didn't know he was there.
I don't believe you. And the image does in fact prove something very important. That you and the president were here at the scene of the crime together. Admit it, kid. You murdered President Wang. No, that's ridiculous. Why would he? Sean, you didn't. You can't have. Can you? What do you mean, can you? Gavel.
Gavel, you cannot be this, swayed by the fact that he was just... We know he was here! He didn't just, the body wasn't carried here later. He was just here.
What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to push back against footage like that. Surely even you can't deny this looks pretty bad for the kid, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yeah, what if he just fucking talked to us, though? Kid, this makes you look incredibly guilty. You have to tell us what you know.
He claimed he knew nothing about what happened. But the president's right there with him.
Okay, fine. I liked hanging out with Joe Biden, okay? Give me a break.
He told me where the dog he buried was.
My psionic winners seal this boo-boo evidence within the earth. Thus is the command of the ruler of Zhangfa!
I hate this bit so much.
I guess we'll have to find the post for Vanilla later. My psionic shinks. Stomp this man's to death. Hi, Big Shanks. Oh, is he gonna tip over? Oh, is he perfectly stabilized? Holy shit! Oh, let me push him over. Come on. There we go.
For a little bit, it was Big Shink's stream.
Hi, Big Shanks. Hi, we love you, Big Shanks.
It's true.
Sean, what are you not telling us? We have to know.
He's right, Sean. Be honest now. It's the only way.
The truth is, it was all my fault.
Sean, what did you do?
It was my fault the Taurosaurus head fell off the trailer. I went up on the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using. I turned on the heater while I was there. I must have left it burning when I came back down to run my lines. Then my mom called and I left the set to go talk to her. When I came back after the call, the Taurosaurus head had fallen from the roof and the president was just there lying next to it.
No.
We did find evidence of a fire having broken out up on the roof. It was just a tiny one, so I put it out myself.
So we're saying the president died because of Sean?
If he did, that would make this whole thing just an accident. What did you do with the head after you found it on the ground? I took it apart, carried the pieces up to the roof, and put it back together again. You didn't attempt to give medical aid to the dead man? You didn't think to call the cops? Man's dead, Sean. Not even call the cops. Call an ambulance. You had your phone on you.
But then Mom would find out that I wasn't in the hotel.
You're saying you put out the fire and moved the head back to where it fell from. In other words, you tried to cover your tracks. You're a real piece of work, kid.
It's not like I did any of this on purpose. I really did just forget to turn the heater off. Yeah, so when the fire had burned through the legs, the table would have collapsed, and the head
Would have fallen down on the ground below. You're right, the fire caused the head to fall.
Indeed. I also happen to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them.
And you swear it was an accident. Seems a little convenient. What was the president even doing here in the first place?
How the heck am I supposed to know? I didn't see anybody, I swear! Okay, but you said you saw the president lying there.
I still don't believe you. Why would President Wang come to a place like this in the middle of the night?
His reasons for coming here are something of a mystery, it's true. Metric on the roof 2 nights ago. He was also here on the movie set last night. Did he come to meet Sean? I think we'll need to go over the boy's statement very carefully indeed.
Because we do know that, like, he's a fan of the movies, right?
Yeah. You know what, though? You know what I think?
What?
Whatever piece of evidence was buried here in the empty lot was both important to Winner and the president. And you know what? It relates to that case 12 years ago, too, I bet, maybe.
Somehow.
And so Winner's trying to get the evidence, and the president's trying to get the evidence, and the president tries to shoot Winner, and then Winner knocks him out with a sledgehammer. I don't fucking know.
Damn.
And then is like, ooh, heater, paint thinner, table, giant heavy head. Okay, I can work with this. I went up on the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using and turned on the heater while I was there.
Hold it.
You're fit and hearty, young man, Sean. It's spring now. Surely you didn't really need to fire up that stove.
He's a fit and hearty young man who needs to look after himself.
Objection.
Really, Your Honor. But if he resorts to such measures even during warm weather... Seriously? You two are gonna argue over something like that right now? A man's dead, you two.
Yeah, you're being incriminated, Sean.
Oh, right. I forgot. Nah, he's right, of course.
You've made your point, Sean. But I've told you before to watch how you talk to people.
I think he was criticizing you as much as he was me, Your Honor. Yes, Mom. Anyway.
Hold it.
You left it burning. You didn't think to check before you came back down the lot. I meant to, but I was thinking about my lines and the scene and everything else. It's not my fault I forgot. Everybody forgets stuff.
I sure do. So much stuff.
Okay, you forgot yourself.
I leave the air conditioning on in Mr. Edgeworth's office and the lights. I forget he told me never to jump off the ladder on his bookshelves or make prank phone calls.
Apparently the AC thing in Japan is a lot more of a thing. On account of... it's a temperately, like, chillier place, and a lot of places don't really have central heating. I don't know if that applies to offices, though.
I don't know either. And then there's also, like, the older style built houses where AC just doesn't work that well.
Yeah, it's just not an insulated sort of situation. It's kind of wood. It's kind
And
of
very drafty.
Yeah. Paper walls.
But the one thing I never ever forget to do is turn off an unattended heater.
Please, Sean, go on. She's a lot, huh? Anyway. Wow. Sorry. like 13-year-old reaching really high up to put his hand on Edgeworth's shoulders and going like, man, sorry.
I love Kay so much.
And my mom called. I left the set to go talk to her. It was the middle of the night, and the set was deserted. Why did you need to leave in order to talk to your mother? I forgot I was supposed to talk to her. I got confused, I guess. I thought if I didn't leave, she'd find out I was out of the hotel at night on my own. That doesn't make sense. You know that, don't you? Fine. Look, the camera was rolling, and the mics were all live, okay? I didn't want our conversation on that tape where anybody could hear it. He was embarrassed about being recorded speaking on the phone to his mother. I wish I had a mother.
Poor Edgeworth doesn't know what a teenager, like a young teen, is like.
Even as a kid, he was still wearing, like, fucking suits and shit.
Yeah.
I ditched the rehearsal and ran off set as quick as I could.
Hold it!
How was the call with your mother? You pretended to your mother that you were back at the hotel during the call, correct?
How come you couldn't tell her that you were coming back to the set to practice your lines?
Because she'd have phoned the hotel and asked them to send a car to get me or something.
Of course I would have. A child your age shouldn't be out on his own late at night. Anything could happen to you.
Like being implicated in a murder. You'd be surprised how much that happens, Sean. It's Japanifornia. It's a nightmare out here. Children really can't seem to see things from their parents' perspective, can they?
It's true the other way around too, you know, Mr. Edgeworth.
All right, Sean, can you tell us what happened when you came back? Sure. I came back and, Charizard said it fell over the roof.
Hold it!
Were there any signs that it was about to fall before you left? I don't remember. I was concentrating on my lines. A fire had broken out on the roof because of the heater you forgot to turn off. Did you really hear nothing the entire time? No, I had my headphones on. Why? I was playing the soundtrack to the movie to help me concentrate. I was playing it loud. So yeah, definitely didn't hear anything. Except for the sound of your phone ringing when Judge Cavell called you. You know that cell phones vibrate these days, right? Poor old man Edgeworth.
It just feels like the wrinkles getting stronger in his brow.
His hair's getting grayer. The president was just there lying next to it. Did you notice anything unusual about the body? I don't know. It was dark. He suddenly seems even more reticent than usual.
I don't think he wants to go back over that memory any more than he has to, Mr. Edgeworth.
Too bad, bitch! Sure he doesn't. Is that really all it is? Should I push him a little more on this? Yeah. It was dark, but you knew it was a body nonetheless. He's hiding something. I better find out what. Most people would cry out for help if they saw somebody lying on the ground. And yet you didn't. Yeah, because... What was the point? He was dead. So you said, what I'm interested in is how you were able to be so sure. Why were you certain that he was dead? He was lying on the ground and that huge head was right next to him. Didn't take much to figure out what must have happened. You couldn't have guessed that the impact would have killed him. How did you really know? I'll tell you how, because you checked. Fine, I checked, okay? I was scared, but yeah, I went up to the body and I looked and he wasn't breathing. I was right. Why try to hide that fact? There must be a reason. Could you tell me how the body looked at that point? I couldn't tell if he was dead at first. There was no blood or anything, so it was hard to be sure. Nothing on his clothes either. He was completely clean. No piss particles.
Hard harsh.
But yeah, he wasn't breathing. That's how I knew he was dead. Thank you. I'd like you to add that statement to your testimony, if you don't mind.
Your blood not having clothes either. And that wasn't me. And that one here for sure.
Objection!
Objection! Someone pissed on this man. Nothing on his clothes. Nothing at all. Yeah, nothing. Why? Is there a problem with that? There's something you're clearly hoping that we've forgotten. What are you talking about? There isn't. That's not true. Unluckily for you, we remember it rather well. I'm talking, of course, about the yellow speckles on the president's chest. Yeah! You've studiously avoided mentioning them throughout your testimony. An absence I find suspicious, to say the least. That's... I hope for your sake that you have a satisfactory explanation. Yeah? Are you giving him the mom glare? Judge Gavel?
Allow me to explain.
You? You? But...
The yellow residue on the president's chest, I imagine it was from a bouquet of flowers. Lion lilies, to be precise. Lion lilies. 2 nights ago, when I met the president on the roof of the big building, I presented him with a bouquet. They're really a type of lily with large yellow petals. I imagine that the substance on President Wang's chest was pollen from those flowers. Huh? But... they're not in the printout from the security camera.
Is she just holding it behind his massive body?
Yeah. Only because the president is in the way.
But why give him flowers?
That is not something I am at liberty to divulge.
God damn it.
Not so fast!
What? More secrets? Are you serious? First you wouldn't tell us why you met with him, and now you can't even tell us about the flowers? My sincerest apologies, but all I can tell you is that I gave him the bouquet.
Objection!
A bouquet that was nowhere near the body when it was discovered. How do you explain that?
I cannot. Seriously, Your Honor. Some things you won't explain, the rest you can't. Come on, you've got to give us something here. You wouldn't let this fly in the courtroom. What makes you think we'll accept it?
Hey, you leave her alone. That's my mommy. Throws milk at Lang. He gets the fucking
I'm also a lactose intolerant.
He gets the fucking Godot covered in coffee, like Phoenix Wright covered in coffee, but it's him covered in milk.
Ew. Sean.
Cheese. I'm covered in cheese now.
Yippee. This one's for Lang.
Get out of my head! I threw the flowers away, okay? You did? So they were there when you first found the body? Yeah, they were right there on his chest. They were squashed completely flat.
Oh? I guess that makes sense, right? They would have gotten crushed along with the president.
And the pollen would have been smeared across his jacket front. That does explain things rather neatly. Why remove the bouquet and dispose of it? No reason. He's almost as evasive as his mother.
More secrets? They're quite a pair. There is no secret. I know exactly why Sean disposed of the bouquet. Huh? You saw me leave the house with it, didn't you? Oh, I get it. When you saw the flowers on the president's body, you remembered seeing your mom with them.
And felt the need to prevent her from coming under suspicion. No, you've got it all wrong! It's his least convincing lie yet. Cool. Updated.
I often decorate our home with outline lilies. I imagine that's why he remembered.
Not so fast.
So the flowers his mother was carrying showed up on the president's body. And because of that, he got rid of the bouquet and kept quiet about having discovered the corpse. Well, that ties up everything nicely, doesn't it? A little too nicely for my taste.
Yeah. Okay, is there anything here that's like still fucky? It's just the CG, isn't it? Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to remember everything.
Yeah, so we've got case pin, the forged letter. So far, no connection to the current case. No connection to the current case. Broken Earth. The crushing. Yeah, there he is, dead as hell. The creature feature flyer. Combination lock. Winner cut it, most likely. The Torosaurus head, which we can't look under because it's too heavy. The plushie. In this set. Nothing's odd here. The security footage. Yeah. Misheard statement. Didn't see the president pass through. Yeah, I guess the real mystery is simply how did the president get off the roof, and what were his actions between then and his death?
Yeah, wondering if maybe he had something to do with the auctions or something like that.
Yeah.
Why? What's wrong with Nice? I guess you forgot, huh? The kid also told us that he was responsible for the head falling in the first place. Yeah, he did, but... So he's still our only suspect.
Objection.
The finger of suspicion still seems to be pointing firmly in Sean's direction. However, wait! I can think of a far more likely culprit than the boy!
What? Who?
The person who was holding Sean captive until only a short while ago. That's right! We had to rescue him from a warehouse refrigeration unit down by the harbor.
A refrigeration unit? A refrigeration unit in a depot?
Yeah! Luckily, it wasn't switched on. Poor kid might have frozen into a popsicle otherwise. He was doing his best to call out for help, which is how we found him.
The sedatives had worn off by then, so he was wide awake and plenty loud.
Sedatives? Isn't that what you were given too?
Yep. We found the bottle on the floor of the unit. It was even more of the same brand. 3Zs. Apparently it's super strong.
3Zs. Well, Agent Lang, surely that suggests that Sean is a victim, not a suspect. Somebody else was responsible, and I think they've been behind all of this.
Not so fast.
Oh yeah? And this secret mastermind of yours was here last night too?
I know someone who was here. That I can't yet say.
It's not like you to be so vague, Mr. Prosecutor.
Sadly, we just don't have anything to tie our mysterious kidnapper to the murder of the president. Is there anybody else? Somebody other than Sean who could have committed the murder? Well, yeah. It's fucking a winner. Come on, man.
Wow.
Of course!
So I was right. The kid is still our only suspect.
Objection! Nuh-uh.
What? Nuh-uh.
The
What
fuck
do
you mean, nuh-uh?
You mean nuh-uh?
Somebody who we just recently proved was right here on the movie set last night.
Chairman Winner? You think he killed President Wang?
He's too trustworthy. How could he? Why not? We've proven that he was present. If he was here, he's as viable a suspect as anybody else, wouldn't you say?
Winner? Could he really have?
Certainly another possibility to consider.
Hmm.
Do you like considering things, Lang? I do.
No. But 12 years ago, he was.
God
Damn it!
Hmm? That number again.
Hmm.
12 years ago.
What happened,
12
okay?
years ago.
This was all 12 years ago. My father paid up to be friends, our family being the ones that got to see.
Like the length from 12 years ago. Yep. Good to see that you're finally about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what was coming to you. Agent Lang, what happened 12 years ago?
It's nothing to do with you.
It's extremely to do with the case, bitch. I think it has everything to do with me. It's clearly connected to this case.
And you can prove that, can you? Go ahead and show me some proof that what happened 12 years ago has anything to do with this.
Proof?
If you can't prove it, this conversation's over.
You have any evidence? 12 years ago? Yeah, the fucking...
Take that!
This letter was sent to Rosie Ringer, the victim of a murder that happened the night before last. We don't know who sent it, but it does say this. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago.
What? But
And that's not all. Take a look at this. It's a report about Bronco Knight written by Warden Lagarde. It was addressed to Chairman Winner. Oh, I guess that would have also worked as evidence. Retrieved the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm still right in front of the planter we left it. Oh. I forgot that she did say that.
oh, yeah.
Go dig up the thing in the yard. This last part in particular should be of interest to you.
Retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago in front of the planter?
Something strange is going on, Agent Lang. Miss Ringer was murdered the night before last, and President Wang not long afterward. There's a connection between the two murders. There has to be. I believe we can trace that connection to events 12 years in the past. Am I wrong?
These old wounds you're opening up here. Insults to my family name.
Please, Agent Lang, we need to know. Hmm? Who on earth was that? Shifu!
Huh? What are you all doing here?
We came back to find you, sir! We heard you were looking into the incident from 12 years ago.
Idiots! I am not your boss anymore. Get back to your duties right now.
We can't do that, sir.
What? You're disobeying a direct order?
Please, sir, I'm begging you. We all are. You have to reopen the investigation into the SS5 incident. We know you can't let it go until you figured out what happened, and we can't either. Well, Agent Lang, it seems your former underlings want the events of the past explained too. You think it's that...
You think it's that easy? That you could solve the case just like that?
Yeah, I got a pretty good track record so far. Come on, try me. I think we can. Together.
Together?
You've underestimated one thing, Agent Lang.
What's that?
The power of the paddle.
Well, all right then. Offer accepted.
Yay! Shifu! Shifu! I'm dead with rocks, but it's okay. I deserve it.
Nice. Then I guess it's my turn to step up.
What?
You're looking in a case from the past, right? And I just happen to have something that'll help with that.
Seriously? You mean Mr. Thief?
Sure do. If you can give me the details of the incident, I can rustle up a little simulation for you. Sadly, we do not have files relating to the case. Huh? How come? Access to those files is restricted. Access to those files is restricted. They're top secret.
Really? Why?
Beats me. So I must have something to hide. Even if I've never seen them. Even I've never seen them. Everything I know, I read in the newspaper articles from the time.
That's fine. Just tell us what you can.
All right. The SS5 incident.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Are you ready to learn the exposition, Rari?
I love expedition, especially when I get to say it.
07's Ferrari.
JP, my voice is gonna die.
Happened on a winter's day 12 years ago. February 10th to be precise.
Yeah, okay.
Your police received a call directly from the kidnapper. I've got the president of Zingfa.
So he was kidnapped.
Yeah. SS5 is the official designation of the president's kidnapping case.
Thank God it wasn't on the 9th. What happened on February 9th, Taze? Some sort of bullshit? You see, the kidnapper was like, well, that's Taze's birthday. We can't do that.
No.
It'd be too rude.
So rude. The kidnapper wanted $100 million. $100 million? How much money even is that?
100 million, K, keep up. More than you can imagine, it seems.
Yeah, it's like remembering the number to 911.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, what kind of animal is the Pink Panther?
The last person to see the president that night was my father. They were together at the emissary of Zingfa until midnight on the 10th.
Do you know how many people and characters end up dead on my birthday? That's a strange coincidence, yeah. No. I guess it's like just one of those days that I think that you don't want to wake up.
Happy birthday.
No, I think it's just like far enough away from other holidays that it feels like an okay date to put murders and shit.
And nobody knows what happened with the president after that until he was kidnapped. Our government did everything they could to scrape together the money. They were desperate to save him. And in the end, they succeeded. The money was handed over and the president came home safely. So President Wang was head honcho even back then? Wow, go Mr. President. The length of time he stayed in power isn't even close to the most impressive thing about him. Thinking about something.
Yeah, my gears are turning.
Mhm.
Okay, so Lang goes, yeah, the president used body doubles, and he suddenly changed 12 years ago, right? They paid the kidnapper and got the president back. Or did they? Maybe what really happened is someone just put the president's body here. Maybe that's what Winter was digging up, was just the body. But no, not for 12 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's too long.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Agent Lang was clearly very fond of President Wang. I assume the kidnapping was thoroughly investigated.
It was. But the investigation was top secret, as was the trial.
The trial? So a suspect was arrested?
Yeah, none other than our friend, Fifi Lagarde.
What? Is that why you visited the prison?
It is. I was put on what you might call extended leave from Interpol. So I thought I'd use the time to look into what happened 12 years back. And I wanted to see who I was dealing with. She was found not guilty then, wasn't she? Yeah. My father was in charge of the president's security at the time. But they held him responsible for the kidnapping and stripped him of his duties as presidential bodyguard. He stayed on the force, though, and he worked the case alone until eventually he found a suspect. Lagarde. And if he thought she did it, there's no way she was innocent. But they declared her not guilty, and the case went cold. My father couldn't take it. He was broken mentally and physically. Finally, he quit the force altogether.
Damn. He had solid grounds to suspect Warden Lagarde.
He must have had evidence. He wouldn't have had charged her otherwise. But I was never able to get to see the materials from the case. I'm sorry, but that's all I know. What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? This is useful information, but I don't think it's enough for a little thief to recreate the scene.
Is there really nothing we can do? You look like you could use a hand.
Who's this now?
You want a hug, Agent Lang?
Sure, why not?
Hey! Francisca!
And Mr. Fender.
We finally wrapped things up over at the courthouse, so we thought we'd see what you kids were up to. Here. What's this? It says SS5 Incident Investigation Report. Sweet.
Yippee!
When Fifi Lagarde mentioned an incident from 12 years ago earlier, I couldn't help but wonder, so I decided to look into it. And this was what Interpol provided. Well, 12 years ago, kidnapped ransom for $100 million. President's presence at embassy until midnight confirmed by Da Long Lang. Prosecutor in charge, Excelsius winner, suspect Fifi Lagarde. Okay. Cool. The only new information is that Winner was the prosecutor. Nice work, Francisca. Don't get the wrong idea, Miles Edgeworth. You're no longer a prosecutor. I didn't do this for you. I did it so that a colleague could solve his father's final case.
I owe you, sis.
Or
Huh.
maybe sis-in-law. Sole witness was murdered? Wait, what? It said that? No, it didn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say that. Oh, it says it on the description of the thing, not in the actual text of the file. 12-year-old incident, which President Lang was kidnapped, and the sole witness was murdered. Anyway.
But everything related to the SS5 incident was supposed to be top secret.
Yes, but that classification was applied by the prosecutor in the charge of the case, Excelsius Winner. He was the prosecutor in charge!
Him again.
Don't worry. Due to the outcome of this morning's case, he's been stripped of his authority. An outcome that was in no small part thanks to the efforts of his own son, Eustace. I said that with the same intonation of Winston.
Eustace.
Eustace. Eustace. Eustace. Winton. This music is definitely new, I think. It seems like a triumph. It might be triumphant winner music.
Wow. Winner is finally winning.
He's so winning right now. So in defeating his father, he made the old case file available to us. Sounds like we owe him. Prosecutor Eustace Winner is busy wrapping things up after the conclusion of the Lagarde trial, but he asked me to give you a message. Leave Dad and Lagarde to me. You focus on your case over there. He's even starting to sound like a prosecutor.
Indeed he is. Alright. Now we have the case file, I can recreate the scene no problem.
Excellent. Let's get started. According to the file, the incident occurred exactly where the plaza is now.
Then what are we waiting for? With me, everybody.
Yippee! Doopy 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 doop.
There sure are a lot of characters.
Lot of heart, you're still here? Go find another monster.
Scoop Soup? It's brewing right here.
I
Got a big whiff of that.
I can't blame her because genuinely a 12-year-old like murder involving like chief prosecutors and presidents and kidnapping and $100 million is a fantastic story.
Yeah.
Is it the story
Like a real-
Lotta wants to tell? No.
She'll embellish something.
And the kidnapper was Gordy. Another case of the big building. Yep. Alright, Kay, if you could set Mr. Thief in motion.
Sure. Looks like there's more than enough here to work with. Where do you want me? Where do you want to start?
Good question. Let's see. It seems there was an eyewitness. A freelance journalist by the name of Alf Aldown. I'll fall down.
Boo.
Boo! 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 You know what? It's on the same level as Dade Man. You remember Dade Man?
Oh.
Do you know what happened to him?
He's dead.
He dade.
Wow. Who'd have guessed?
Vanilla, can you please look up this motherfucker's fan translation name? How much worse is it? How much better is it than I'll Fall Down? But apparently, he was killed by the culprit for witnessing the kidnapping. Jack Cameron. Okay, that's not funny enough. There's gotta be a happy medium.
So this is where he saw it all happen, huh? Here? As in the big building?
No, construction of the big building had only began a year ago. They built this shit in a year? Like, this is how you know it's really Japan. If they were really trying to localize it, they would have said 10 years instead of 12. Rosie Ring was Jill Crane, so you were onto something before. Oh. Rosie Ringer, All Fall Down. Oh! The investigative journalist that died! That was... okay.
I am seeing now with my bad ears.
That's better. That's better. That's better. Because I thought he just fell down. I thought he just fell down, and that was it. Anyways, before that, it had been a piece of abandoned property. But yeah, no. Building a 50-story skyscraper in the span of a year.
And then having a secret 51st floor.
Oh yeah, a 51-story floor.
And then having Princess Celestia at the top.
Oh yeah. No, that's Princess Twilight Sparkle. They knew what was going to happen.
Ah, I see. You're right.
But yeah. Jack, Jill, Rosie Ringer all fall down. Yeah. Their nursery rhymes fall downs. Anyways. Before that...
Now we're getting to the stuff I know.
Huh?
12 years ago, this place would have been the Happy Family Home. Check out that
Jesus
sick elephant.
Christ. Wait a minute! The fucking Griffins are still here?
Why would you get rid of them?
Why would you keep them? Why were the Griffins here at a happy family home? This looks like an
They keep the kids
orphanage.
safe. Yeah, they keep the kids safe.
Like, for retired people?
No, it was a place for children without parents, otherwise known as an orphanage.
The president was kidnapped from an orphanage. Was he perhaps a baby? The fucking suit that gives him the muscles made him tall too. He was a boss baby the whole time. It's all baby fat, Rari. That's all it was.
No.
That's why now when he's dead, his muscles are back to normal. Is because he grew up a little even more.
Incredible. Yeah, and the place was run by Fifi Lagarde.
Yeah, of course it fucking was. The lady who's like, oh yeah. The prisons are family, and we're all such family here, and look at how family we are, all family. Yeah, of course it was Lagarde. Ugh.
Schmemily. She called it her happy little home. As the proprietor of the institution, I suppose it's understandable that she came under suspicion.
President Wang, Excelsius winner, and Warden Lagarde? Surely the SS5 incident must be related to our current case. K. Enter the data relating to the murder of Mr. Alldown. Seems sensible to assume that he was killed by whoever kidnapped the president.
So if we solve the murder, we solve the kidnapping. Nice!
Alright, we're counting on you.
Beep, 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 boop. Sweet.
Domain expansion.
Wow, high definition dead man.
What the fuck? When did I
No
grow to become so
swearing,
blasé towards people's reactions to Mr. Thief? What did you say, Rari?
Chickaval would be like, no swearing, Sean.
Sorry, I mean, look around, Ma. We're in the Matrix.
Yes, it's very nice, but that doesn't give you the... You should watch your manners. Remember what I told you about talking that way in
K,
front of other...
add a swear jar to Mr. Thief. Well, okay, it's not... It's going to be a huge discrepancy, but all right. What we're seeing here is the front yard of the orphanage as it was 12 years ago. At least as far as the police reports describe it.
Yeah, this is how it looked when they started investigating at 7 a.m. in the morning after the murder.
And it seems it had been snowing.
Yeah, from what I heard, the footprints wound up being pretty important evidence. Snow fell in the daytime the previous day.
In other words, before the incident occurred. Meaning that none of the relevant footprints would have been obscured by new snow. Oh, okay, yeah.
Mhm.
I think we'll need to pay these footprints some special attention. I feel like we're getting a long time without a TV continued.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you think about this?
Boy, howdy, is this ever a scoop? Whole world's gone green.
Baby, 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 baby. Boy, howdy, the dark hour.
Must be an outbreak of something. I'm seeing green trees, green people, green clothes, everything. That must be real sick if their clothes are green.
Our clothes aren't even green. Like the dead guy's clothes are green, but that's because he's a dead guy. My God. So like, did you build that camera yourself? Does it come with dum-dum rays? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Nope, just born this way.
I see.
Looks like we wound slap dang in the middle of the right dang place at the right dang time. Sure did, Chief. I don't think we're gonna get a word in edgewise here, Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think we want to. Bye. Rory, what do you think about this pitiful little snowman?
I think we should change the past to make him look better.
Ghost trick the snowman. I just it's a friend of mine's birthday. So I bought them Ghost Trick.
Yippee!
And while I was doing it, I wrote a message, you know, like you do with Steam gifts. And I wrote, "Listen, you just play Ghost Trick. Don't look anything up about it. You gotta just play it. You just gotta play it. I promise." I forgot to say happy birthday.
Well, I mean, it's because you should just give people Ghost Trick.
That's true. This looks like a snowman. It's mostly melted.
Well, it's no wonder he's all slushy. He's wearing a hat and a scarf. He must be all roasty toasty. Oh, look at his cute little button eye just lying there.
Probably would have frozen back up again at dawn, That's when it's usually coldest.
I don't think it would have held much, Mr. Edgeworth. If a melted snowman froze again, it wouldn't turn back into a snowman. It would turn him into an Iceman.
Are you a fan of Marvel, Kay? You should talk to Phoenix.
Which Phoenix?
Is that a joke people made about Marvel vs. Capcom? Is that there's two Phoenixes?
No, not really.
The shame.
One was one that you saw, and one was one that two people played.
But it's Phoenix Wright, Rory. It's so cool.
That's true. I wish more people played him.
Thank you, Light Arrow, for doing God's work.
And I Heart Justice.
Yeah, it's really I Heart Justice, really. I'm glad that they modded in Phoenix Javi over Vitel. It's really good.
Yeah.
What? Iceman? You mean the gay mutant?
Everybody loves gay mutants.
Iceman would be a good character for MVC.
Yeah, I mean, because he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh, he was? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been in the Versus series for a bit.
I don't see him.
Well, the problem is there are already too many X-Men.
Aw, that's true.
And he was also an X-Men, therefore he would not be an Infinite or 3.
Yeah, when they were
Not
cutting
3,
the roster
I'm sorry,
back.
Infinite.
Yeah.
Infinite.
And
when you have the choice of Storm, Wolverine,
Cyclops.
Well, we didn't.
He's still further up the list than Iceman.
Maybe not anymore.
I think that they both fell at about the same rate,
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyways, is what I bet you wanted me to say, isn't it? Well, too bad. I know how ice works. Gumshoe. We need to look to the forward left like Francisca here. You're not following. We have to serve, Detective. Detective, you're not looking the right way. How dare you, Scruffy! Don't you dare tell anybody! I'll just deny it anyway! Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta help me out here, sir! What's the matter, Detective? It's about the SS5 incident. What else? I know Chairman Winter isn't in charge anymore and all, but a top-secret file being available to us so quickly after his removal? Something seemed off. That got me to thinking, and I put in a call, and they told me that, well, Ms. Von Karma went to some pretty extreme lengths to get that file released. Curse you, Scruffy! I deny everything! Sounds like you went to a lot of trouble for our sake, Francisca. Don't worry, your efforts won't be for nothing. I'll solve this case, you'll see. Hey, Eddie. How's it going? Looks chillier than your chilliest look out here, Miles Areno. Somebody might have to warm me up.
Just throw the entire snowman at him.
I missed you, Eddie. Die.
Could you maybe take this a little more seriously, Mr. Fender?
For UK Meister, anything. Can't believe this whole sorry tale began right here. Kinda crazy, right? Yeah, a little. What were Thieves and the Chairman up to, though? Where were they going with all this? Where indeed, I'd very much like to know that myself. I'd very much like to know when you two are gonna admit how much you love your Uncle Eddie.
I'm gonna kill him. Not anytime soon. Come on, Mr. Fender. You're not taking this seriously at all.
He did for about 3 sentences, which is something of a record. Hey, Sean, how are you doing? What do you want? Take a look at this pin. What's this? If you're trying to bribe your way onto the movie... No, this is the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you get
Hey. Shut
Aw.
the hell your mouth. Hey, did you get drugged by this? Yes, but you don't care.
But I want to get in that movie.
So I covered for my mom, so what? You're trying to tell me I shouldn't have? I applaud your desire to protect your mother, Sean, but that doesn't mean I approve of your decision to dispose of vital evidence. Easy for you to say. You were gonna accuse her of murder! You want me to just stand back and do nothing?
Sean, please. What Mr. Edgeworth is trying to say is that you're super brave. He's just wish you could have owned up to everything a little sooner. That's all. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Sure, something like that.
There. Isn't it nice when people are nice?
Sure, something like that.
Damn. I think I see a wrinkle on his forehead.
Oh no. His perfectly smooth forehead. That's his one thing as an actor. Is how big and shiny his forehead is. They have so much in common. They actually really do.
Yeah.
Is Sean Edgeworth's long-lost kid? Sean, I wonder if you could tell us a little more about the circumstances surrounding your kidnapping.
They took you when you went to the garage disposal area, right? But what were you doing there?
The garage disposal area.
Garbage.
Yeah, that's how I feel all the time. It's alright, you don't have to talk for him. He can just ask me himself.
Hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? I think he's starting to warm up to you.
I went to the garbage disposal to throw away the flowers that were on that body. Wasn't far. I figured they'd be less likely to find them there than if I threw them in a garbage can. Tried to get in there last night, too, but it was locked. So you had to come back today and try again. Yeah, but when I was there, somebody came up behind me and put something over my face.
Oh yeah, snoozing is easy threezy with 3 Z's.
The fact that she was drugged with it, too, doesn't seem to bother her. Guess it is a catchy name. Whoever it was pretty strong, but I never saw their face. I see. Thank you. That's very helpful. What can you tell us about the time between when you were kidnapped and when you were found?
Not a whole lot, I bet. Snoozing is easy threezy with 3 Z's.
I remember waking up feeling cold. I was somewhere big and empty and dark. There were cardboard boxes with some other language written on them. Figured it must be a storeroom. Another language? Like the language of Zhang Fa?
But it was actually a giant refrigerator. Businesses use them to keep stuff chilled.
That's where Kay and Detective Gumshoe found him. They really saved the day there. Guess the cooler must have been on until just before I was brought there. Like I said, it was pretty cold. Anyway, they didn't take my phone for some reason. I used that to call for help. I see. Well, we're all very glad that you found your way back to us safely. Say it like you mean it, why don't you? He's not the most gracious child I've met.
Reminds me of a certain somebody else.
Yeah, that man.
Can I help you, Mr. Hedgeworth?
Tell me about the flowers.
On the matter of what happened the night before last, and the reasons for my meeting with the President, I'm afraid I must keep my silence for now.
Even though you know how crucial that information is to our case?
Yes. Even in spite of that, forgive me.
Ah! And I can't see a way to try and convince her to open up. I think my only choice is to drop the matter for now.
But allow me to say one thing. Sean's efforts to protect me disrupted your investigation.
Sorry.
For that, I can only apologize.
Thanks. Don't worry, it would take more than the lies of a child to throw me off the scent. And besides, not even I'm thoughtless enough to criticize a child for wanting to protect his mother.
And besides what?
Nothing. Ignore me. Ignore a mother for wanting to protect her child. Alright.
I cannot thank you all enough for returning Sean safely to me. I can hardly bear to imagine how I would have felt if he had not come home.
Hey, old guy, can't you see you're upsetting her? That was not my intent at all.
Look at our little knight in shining armor, defending his mom's honor.
Shut up! I wouldn't have to if you didn't keep...
That's enough, Sean. Mr. Hedgeworth, if you'll allow me, I would like to apologize again. I failed in my duty as a servant of justice.
It's fine, you're a mother, it's okay.
I will not ask you to forgive me. I only ask that you understand that I...
Judge Gavel, I don't presume to know the goddess of justice as well as you do. But she was a mother, was she not? Of other gods and goddesses.
She was.
Fair judgment requires personal circumstances to be taken into account. I'm sure she would understand. Perhaps your beloved goddess is more merciful than you give her credit for.
Thank you, Mr. Hedgeworth.
So maybe stop being a huge bitch to anyone you think might have done a crime. What are they even talking about?
Don't worry, Sean. I don't have a clue either.
That doesn't make me feel better. You're so dumb.
Yeah, but, you know, I got a smile on my face.
Ignorance is bliss, huh? Maybe I should drown myself in this milk. Drown my sorrows with the sweet, sweet flavor of lactose.
Your bones are going to be so powerful.
So things are finally settling down after Warden Lagarde's trial.
It would seem so. Sentencing is still to come, but the guilty verdict should stand. And do not worry, Excelsius Winter's connection to the case will be thoroughly investigated.
Thank goodness.
Have faith, Mr. Edgeworth. Eustace is a changed man.
Indeed, he simply had some growing to do, but then don't we all? Kay included. Kay especially.
Huh? Kind of feel for him now. I said some pretty mean things, but I'll make up for it next time I get the chance. And I'm sure that the chance will come, but for now...
Indeed. We need to focus on the case at hand. Bye!
Whee!
Wait.
Heartbreak, heartbreak, hurt me, hurt me. A tortoise and a hare. Inspired by the children's story, no doubt. The tortoise races the speedy hare and wins.
Alright, time for a Kay Faraday pop-up pop quiz. Why did the hare lose the race? I'll give you 3 options.
I don't need 3 options, Kay. He lost because he stopped to rest and fell asleep.
Number 1, the hare's favorite running shoes were stolen by the Yatagrass. Number 2, the tortoise trained with the Yatagrass and got so fast that he won. And number 3, the real winner was the Yatagrass, who plotted a surprise secret victory.
Kay, all of the above. Those are my only 3 options.
Too hard? Alright, I'll give you a hint.
the option you're looking for starts with a th.
Well, that definitely narrows it down. Oh,
An igloo shaped like a bear? The perfect balance of cuteness and scariness. I guess you could call it a bigloo.
don't. Hmm.
Aw.
It is quite large. You could probably fit as many as 3 people inside it.
Yeah, and they could live in there for 3 whole years.
3 years? And what about the summer? Wouldn't the big... I mean... fuck. Edgeworth takes a fucking knee. Like, no. My facade of being really cool and put together, it's cracked.
More like you understand now how cool and awesome the bigloo is. Now say it again.
Wouldn't the big glue melt?
Thank you, Mr. Hector.
So sad about it.
Yeah. Hey, this arch. We've seen it somewhere before, right?
Indeed we have. It's the same one that stands over the entrance of the big building today.
But this is supposed to be how things looked 12 years ago. Was it here the whole time?
It seems the architects worked the old archway into the structure of the new building. No, they didn't. They took it out and then put it back in. Like, I don't think you can build, like, to build a skyscraper, you need to, like, set solid, deep foundations, which means get that shit out of there.
I think what he means is, like, figure out how to work the old archway, like, into
Design.
the new plan.
Mhm.
Yeah. The future is simply the past reheated. I think I heard that somewhere.
And for once, it seems you might have remembered it correctly.
But 12 years is a long time to reheat something for. I mean, if it was your lunch, it'd be ruined.
Okay. Thank you for your insight.
Have you reheated a 12-year-old pizza?
Oh, are we looking at this burn? There are burn marks on this pillar here.
The report says there was a fire sometime on the evening of the incident.
A fire.
Well, let's see. Where was it again? Ah! Yeah! One of the orphans set a fire with some kerosene. Some sort of prank, probably.
They sound like a lively bunch, possibly too lively. Seems there aren't spoiler chances of finding any footprints near the entrance of the building. Interesting. Elephant swing. It's a porch swing with an elephant's face on it. And behind it is what appears to be a motor. Motorized elephant swing?
Ah,
Pog.
Frog Champ. You know what every dedicated swing fiend always wonders, don't you? If they can swing all the way over the top and back again. Maybe a motorized swing could finally make the dream come true.
Wouldn't that be a little dangerous?
And what dream isn't? Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
True, but hardly applicable in this case. Alright, time to investigate for real. Oh, wait, no, I gotta talk to the men. Shifu! I know it's rude of me to ask, but... Can we count off? For old time's sake, just once, I'm begging you! I need this!
For old time's sake, seems a little sentimental, but fine. Count off!
1! I'm letting this hang. I'm letting this hang. My god. Lang's just like sitting there like the fucking like anime wind blow sound effect happens. Sorry, Shifu. It just doesn't feel the same on my own. It's kinda lonely.
Fool, it shouldn't matter if there's one of you or 100. You may be on your own here right now, but the pack is always with you. So quit whining about being lonely and howl like you mean it.
Count off!
1! 1! 1! 1! Is he crying? You know, honestly, if Lang said that shit to me right in my face, yeah, I'd start crying too. Yeah, that's some good speeching. Hey, Lang.
I'm just gonna stand between y'all. Three planters covered with snow.
Is anything the matter, Agent Lang?
Yeah, something's not right.
Yeah, if they buried the evidence in front of the planter, then shouldn't it be buried in the plaza here and not in the front of not in the side lot?
I'm wondering if he just misremembered where it was.
But he
It was just.
did find it, didn't he?
Do we know that?
I guess we
I know
don't.
if
We
yeah, we
never,
don't know.
Gumshoe never actually sent the order to go have someone go look at Winter's house and find out what the evidence was.
Mhm.
Anyway, something's not right.
I wasn't able to look at the case file until now.
Indeed, you have Chairman Winter to thank for that, it seems.
Yeah. But what's weird is, I've seen this scene somewhere before.
Just the bag? What of the bag? What do we? Oh, just the bag was there. Right, because we need to go figure out what's in the bag. Because that would probably be the evidence, should it exist.
Right.
Right, okay. What?
But
Now I know
where?
this looks bad.
I keep thinking I've got it, but then it's gone.
He appears to be lost in his efforts to remember. Perhaps I should leave him alone for now. And yet, here I am presenting things.
That's the pin your assistant always wears, right?
Oh, they're doing their
Oh,
furry fight
yeah.
again.
Mhm.
Lang Z says, woof, 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 woof.
Grown ass man. Error.
I haven't had to endure an argument like this since 10 minutes ago. Your father and the president.
President Wang changed after the SS5 incident.
I would imagine.
I guess he felt his trust had been betrayed. I can understand that. But to cut ties with my family completely? After how close we'd been for all those years. My father was desperate to make amends. To get just one chance to say sorry. But no matter how many times he tried to get an audience with the president, he couldn't. He couldn't even convince them to take a letter to him.
It's clearly a different fucking guy. Like, it's such a different guy.
One time he came home covered in bruises. Who knows from where? A bodyguard, maybe? Sorry. There's no point in making you sit through old stories that won't change anything anyway.
I'll be the judge of that.
As warm and fuzzy as ever, I see. Not that I expected any different. That case ruined my father. And my family, too. The people who failed to keep the president safe. And that's all we were after that. He threw himself heart and soul into that investigation.
He became obsessed, in other words. Hardly the best state of mind in which to undertake an inquiry.
Wow, you really don't pull your punches, huh? Look, just don't go thinking I'm only doing this because of my dad, okay? That investigation was solid. His work was meticulous and it was accurate. It always was. He interviewed every single one of those kids, and he made sure they told him everything.
I wonder if he learned anything of value.
Okay, can we interview a ghost?
Well, we'd need some sort of psychic medium to do that. These planters. Oh, okay. Well, that's what.
According to the case file, the yard stretched around 3 sides of the orphanage. And there were 3 planters on each side.
Ba-ding! Yes, planters arranged in a very particular pattern. One we've seen somewhere before? Just the footprints, right? That's what you're referring to, Edgeworth?
That makes sense. Shame there aren't any flowers, but I guess it was the middle of winter.
Yes, but look at that one. It's bright yellow.
Weird. How come there's only one? Wait, it looks like somebody dropped it.
That's a lion lily, if I'm not very much mistaken. A rare member of the family Liliaceae. Liliaceae? I feel like it's important to pull this up. Liliaceae. Pronunciation.
It's just gonna turn out to be like a fake made-up thing.
English pronunciation. Liliaceae.
Liliaceae? Okay, Liliaceae. Thank you, Julian Mikkel. You really can make a living off of just pronouncing every word.
Damn, imagine being able to read a pronunciation guide.
A lion lily, you say?
Wait, didn't Judge Gaffel give President Wang some lion lilies?
What is the same flower doing here? This can't be a coincidence, can it? I believe this particular cultivar is from Asia, where it's said to symbolize the bond between parent and child. Is Wang Sean's dad? That would explain why he's a fan of fucking Taurosaurus! Because Sean's playing in it!
I can't believe this.
That would also explain why they're meeting and that's a secret, and why she's not saying anything is because Sean's still here. Because could you fucking imagine, like, oh yeah, by the way, Sean, you're that dead guy that you like took the flowers off of his corpse and possibly maybe killed? Yeah, Papather. I wasn't aware you were so knowledgeable when it came to flowers, Francisca. What I just told you is common knowledge. Perhaps you just need to read a little more, bitch ass.
Jeez.
All right, footprints 1. These footprints stop by the body.
I guess that means they belong to Mr. Alldown, right? His feet were pretty big. What's that about? What's that? About size 12?
12 years.
According to the file, they were the same size as his shoes. It's a match.
Miles knows about women's clothing and Fran knows about flowers. Together, they're gonna throw the best bridal shower this side of the law has ever seen. Well, and these little ones that are clearly from fucking runts. These footprints go towards the body and then come back. Beep, beep.
According to the case file, they're thought to be the killers. They're about the same, they're about a size 9. Pretty average, in other words.
Okay, so it's not, so it is just that, All Fall Down's, footprints are fucking huge. This is just, like, a woman's.
It seems the police weren't able to track down who the murderer was from them, though.
All right. Alf Alldown, the man who witnessed the president's kidnapping. What exactly did he see?
I based this part off the recreation from the on the one of the crime scene photos.
Seems he suffered a blow to the back of the head.
Yeah, that brick right there. They figured it must have been taken from here in the yard.
Looks like the blood flowed from the head wound and spread over the surrounding area. But you know what, though? That's interesting. Would it have... Should there be more blood past his arm? Maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Because, like, if the blood was there when the fire burned... I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah. Here, a gift for you. This is Mr. Aldown's autopsy report.
Struck in the head, died at around 1 a.m. February 10th. I'm gonna scour the scene! No, I must look at the autopsy report just to see if there's anything else. Believed it murdered during a call where he was detailing something he had witnessed. Loss of blood, back of the head with a brick. Okay. Jack Cameron, because he knows Jillian has a camera. Okay, yeah, that's fair. All Fall Downs kind of doesn't have the, you know, the reporter aspect of it. Except for the fact that he didn't fall down. That's it.
Somebody's dropped a yellow flower here. It's a lion lily, right?
According to Francisca, yeah. They're originally from Asia, if I recall correctly.
Yep. And she said it symbolizes the pond between being painted or tiled, right?
It was the bond between parent and child, Kay. See, we need to get you checked in somewhere. Yeah?
I love being able to smell the color yellow.
This cell phone must have belonged to the victim.
You're right. Yeah, it says here in the file that Mr. Aldown made a call while he was watching the kidnapping.
A call? To whom?
His girlfriend. It seems like he called her when he saw the president was there. But she didn't pick up, so he left a message. That's in here too. Do you want to hear it?
Please. Hey, Rosie. It's me. I guess you were asleep already. Anyway, I'm here at the orphanage. Something weird's going on. President Wang is here for some reason, and there's another... Damn it! The light's out, so I can't quite see, but it looked like he was being kidnapped? Anyway, probably nothing, but I thought I should let you...
Beep.
What were those sounds at the end?
He must have been attacked while he was still on the phone. Agent Lang, can I ask you something? Mr. Aldown's girlfriend, what was her name? Ringer. Rosie Ringer. At least that's what I heard.
Ugh!
Just as I thought.
No, we all fucking knew that.
Wait, you mean...
Her revenge for what happened 12 years ago.
And so seeking revenge on Chairman Winter, she made her appearance at the auction. So she really was out for revenge on Chairman Winter, wasn't she?
Perhaps it was for his suppression of the kidnapping. Or perhaps it was because she thought he was one of the kidnappers. I'd be pretty fucked up if I got a call from someone who's like, hey, I'm witnessing a crime right now. And that was the person that I loved. Like, you know, I'd be questing for that revenge, you know? This was the brick used in the murder.
There's stuff made of bricks all around the yard. They probably took it for somewhere nearby, huh?
You'd think, but there's no bricks missing from any of these planters. All right, body time. Oops, I missed.
Oh, I missed.
Try another. The victim was carrying a camera.
Oh yeah, according to the file, they recovered a picture. Yeah, here we are.
That's... Interesting. Scraping the snow away. Scraping one of the button eyes off, huh?
It's the president, right?
Somebody's pointing a gun at him. This must be what Mr. Aldon witnessed.
So the person in the trench coat is the kidnapper.
Yes, I imagine they were trying to conceal their identity. But if Agent Lang's father's theory was correct, the person wearing that trench coat is Warden Lagarde. But that doesn't seem right.
Yeah. How come they only found the one picture?
He probably wasn't able to take any more before he was attacked. Which also, this shows the front yard, which means like that's the way it was coming. So someone came up from behind, and that makes sense as to why it would be Lagarde. I'll fall down. Freelance journalist. Killed after witnessing the kidnapping of President Wang.
Even in the recreation, it's pretty gruesome, huh?
It's even worse than the actual crime scene photos. It's a lot of blood. Seems mostly to have come from the back of his head. As you can see, that area is completely caked.
Yeah, the autopsy report says that's where he was hit with the brick.
Indeed. I imagine his attacker must have snuck up on him from behind. Looks as if he's clutching something in his right hand.
Oh yeah, they mentioned that in the file somewhere. Let's see. According to this, it was a button.
What? With blood on it? Why? What? A button torn from the attacker's clothing, perhaps? The blood is his. Okay, so there's no blood on the snowman.
Yeah.
But still, what do you mean?
Maybe he didn't die immediately. And he was over there near the snowman and walked back.
But then took a photo when he was back here after having been hit already?
Maybe not been hit. I don't know.
Like,
this is interesting.
Yeah, like he goes, he grabs the fucking button, and then he walks over. What a strange series of events. That also isn't everything. I'll have to deduce something at some point, but I need the evidence to do so.
Look at where the snowman is compared to where his footprints go. They're on the other side. So that makes it even weirder.
The lamp is on the outside, so this is a photo taken from, like, this perspective.
Yeah, but his footprints are, like, on the other side, on away from the snowman.
So there's
like,
really no reason for him to have grabbed this, walked over here specifically, and then gone this way.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's time for me to do a little bit of a think-see. So that's what our monstrous hoof prints really were.
Wait, what?
Recall the arrangement of the prints, now compare it to that of the planters.
Whoa.
That's right. I believe the footprints are located exactly where our planters once stood.
So Chairman Winter was digging around the front of them.
And he specifically cut out the fucking part with the triangle because he knew it wasn't going to be buried there.
That's so fucking funny.
That's like, imagine having that precise of a fucking circle to dig through. Like going like, okay, and the planters were here explicitly. I know that, so I'm going to dig around. Fucking A, man. He was. And why might have he been doing that? There's a piece of evidence that says so. Which piece of evidence? You might know better as this report. Recall, if you will, the report that Warden Lagarde sent to Chairman Winter. In it, she mentioned something that had been laid to rest in front of a planter.
You think she was telling him where to dig? Wait, but why 3 holes?
Because the report didn't specify which of the planters she meant.
Oh, I get it. So he wasn't sure which one it was. Which meant he had to try and dig up all 3.
I imagine so, yes. Poor Chairman Winter.
Yeah, jackass. Do some manual labor, you loser. But why go to all that trouble? What was he looking for?
I think that's about all we can learn from the scene for now.
Alright, how about we try and show you how things looked earlier on that night?
That would be very much appreciated. Could you take us back to the moment at which the victim witnessed the kidnapping?
Sure, I'll use a photograph he took. I'll use the photograph he took. Here goes nothing. Beep, 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 beep.
Whee! Oh my god! It's the Danganronpa killer! I mean, the 100th line Last Defense Academy killer.
Zach, why do you torture me like this?
Nah, I love it.
Well,
I deserve it. That's true. There's Mr. Alldown in the middle of the planters.
and there's the president and his kidnapper out by the road. My father based his investigation on the evidence Alldown provided. And that was why he thought the kidnapping and the orphanage were connected somehow.
And how he wound up suspecting Fifi Lagarde. She was the one running the orphanage at the time.
Exactly. But when the case went to trial, Excelsius Winter put a big hole in that
The
theory.
prosecutor? The prosecutor put a big hole in that theory. He did.
Yeah. After all, the president and the kidnapper weren't actually on the grounds of the orphanage.
Oh my god, fuck this guy.
So it was hard to conclusively prove any kind of connection. Huh. So they were never seen inside the gates of the orphanage. Detectives bust a gut to find evidence on the scene.
You mean the investigative journalist found the evidence? Detectives steal the credit for another guy's investigative journalism.
Sweet. And then prosecutors come along and twist it to their own ends.
Oh, that's why you hate prosecutors.
Winter and Lagarde were working together. They had some kind of deal, I'm sure of it. So you're saying that Chairman Winter was working with the kidnapper?
Your father was convinced that Lagarde was the culprit, correct? You say he was a gifted and thorough investigator. Then he must have had more to support his theory than just Mr. Alldown's message, surely.
Yeah, he must have. I just don't know what it was. It wasn't exactly a case he liked talking about.
Fair. Agent Lang's father, Da Long Lang, trusted ally and confidant of President Wang. He discovered truths that were subsequently suppressed by Chairman Winter. Our first priority should be to find out what they were. I must scour the scene! Yeah, it's surprising that the snowman melted overnight.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's Snowman.
Wait, also, the small footprints are already there. I can see them.
Oh, yeah.
They're not highlighted, but I can.
Mm-hmm. It was melted in the simulation of the morning after this, the murder, huh? And that muffler was all wet, and its little button eyes fallen out.
Indeed, it still looked reasonably healthy at this point. Although not entirely, I can see one thing that's missing.
Oh, poor guy. I bet some kid took it as a stupid prank. Not a bad piece of thieving, though. Maybe they had potential.
Do you think one of the orphans took it? I'm not so sure. In fact, I think it was grabbed by somebody else entirely. Could this be related to the evidence somehow? I mean, fucking obviously. Urethra. This snowman is missing a certain something, wouldn't you say? Completely deadpan urethra really gotcha, huh?
I hate it. Yeah, his right eye.
Indeed. Luckily, you've managed to locate it.
The button Mr. Alldown was holding. Look at that. It's the same type of button as the other eye and everything.
That's an interesting blood splatter pattern. Like there's a little bit beneath the buttonhole, you know?
Well,
Yeah. Strange cutoff.
mm,
If we suppose that the button was indeed the snowman's missing eye, that presents something of a contradiction. What does the button contradict? The victim's location, the snowman's location, the president's location. The victim's location, really, right?
my brain is bad.
The victim was clutching the button, and the button was covered with his blood, which means he must have grabbed it after being attacked. Let's run a little hypothetical, shall we? What if after being struck, Mr. Alldown lost his balance and reached out to grab something to steady himself? The snowman. The snowman wouldn't have supported him, so he would have grasped the button and continued falling.
I get it. So you're saying that he was near the snowman when he was attacked.
I am, within arm's reach to be precise. And he's currently nowhere near that close, which means that whoever took the photo would have had to have not been the guy, right?
Right, but his footprints only go as far as the planter. He never came back this way.
What if they weren't his footprints? I think we need to look at all the prints again.
Alright, I'll take us back to the scene when Mr. Alldown's body was found. But the footprints on the left definitely matched up with Mr. Alldown's shoes, right? So what's the deal?
Let's take another look and see if we can figure it out. Can we really be sure that these are Mr. Alldown's footprints?
Well, they're the same size, a 12, which is pretty big, and the prints match his shoes. They also go straight to the middle of the planters, where his body was found.
But as we've established, when he was attacked, he fell and grabbed the button from the snowman.
Well, being a great thief, I know a few contortionist tricks, but they would be way beyond even me.
Do you think he got hit and then the person, picked him up?
Yeah, like maybe he wasn't, bleeding? Oh no. That wouldn't make sense either.
Yeah.
Some average Joe stretching his arms that far? Basically yoga.
Oh, she's saying that she knows how to yoga stretch to, Dulcim, but she just doesn't because she's not ready yet.
Just too much for her.
I think you can be reasonably certain that the prints were made by the shoes the victim was wearing, but can we be certain that they were actually the victim's shoes? Perhaps we should take another look at them. Oh, they're fucking clearly not on tight.
Yeah.
These shoes, as the case file says, they match the footprints, but... these aren't the victim's shoes, I'm sure of it.
What do you mean?
Look at how the laces are tied. Don't they look a little strange to you? What's more, they don't appear to fit properly. Shoes.
So these prints, they go right up to where the victim was found, and they stop right by his feet.
But they didn't actually belong to him.
So are the prints by his head? So are the prints by his head his? The ones that lead away and come back?
No, I don't think so. They're too small.
So neither set belongs to him. Then how did he get here?
Easy enough, he didn't walk. He was carried by the killer. So then where did the murder take place? Was it really over by the snowman as we suspect? I mean, probably. All right. I have to talk to Kay to switch it, right? Switch recreations.
We don't see if Sky is missing button. Okay. So take another look and think good with ways we can them. And we have it.
Is there anything I can think right now? Brick and murder. What did Winner dig up? Was Winner involved? The body was moved. Did the brick come from somewhere nearby?
It's a snowman with one eye missing, and it comes up to about my shoulder. That's a super heavyweight contender right there. Those kids weren't messing around.
Never mind its weight and size. I think we need some slightly more in-depth analysis here.
Well, it has a bucket for a hat, buttons for eyes, and a nice fluffy muffler. That's a full snowman uniform. And it looks like it can't wait for me to punch and kick it in 1,000 tiny snowman pieces.
Jesus, Kay. Perhaps if we could keep things a little less subjective.
Aw.
So this is how things looked right before the...
fighter.
Kay, you can't use your combos.
He seems super strong, but he still wasn't a match for a gun, huh?
Indeed, and Mr. Alden captured this little scene on camera from over by the planters. But if he did, then how?
How could he have grabbed the button off of the snowman if he was all the way over there?
Precisely. I think we need to look at the situation again at a different point in time. This is how things look. This is the same thing, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Aldan took his picture of the president's kidnapping from here.
And then he called Rosie.
At which point, his killer must have already been approaching from behind.
With a brick in their hand, ready to strike.
And the flower's still here. These planters.
According to the case file, the yard stretched around these 3 sides of the orphanage.
Beep, beep, beep.
And there were 3 planters on each side.
Yes, planters arranged in a very particular pattern. When you've seen somewhere before. Okay, it's the same thing. Got it.
Shame there aren't many flowers.
It's the same thing.
But
It's bright yellow.
Yeah, there's only one. Wait, there's just somebody dropped it.
It's the same thing just because I had to do it in this time frame. I can't skip.
Wait, it says you
Hi, Cinnamon.
Hi, Simon.
Let me through! Please!
Freedom, please.
Of course, Francisca would know what type of flowers are in the family of lilies.
Damn. I'm gay.
Yay. Alright. Can I think yet? No. I need to talk to Kay and transport myself back. Back to the future.
Where's the message?
The police case files.
Okay.
There we have it. I think Mr. Aldown's body was moved. How else do we explain the button clutched in his hand? That would suggest that he was killed somewhere near the snowman. Better take a closer look. How about the missing fucking brick?
Huh? Look, there's a brick missing here.
Rest of the brickwork looks fine. Strange that just this one is missing. Well, fucking... Where did the brick come from? Missing brick. We're so good at logic, Rari.
Ding.
The missing brick was the one used in the murder. Thanks for standing in the way, Fran. Oh, that's it. That is what she was doing, huh?
Oh yeah, now that you mention it, they're in the exact same shape and size.
I think we have to conclude that the murder actually happened over by the snowman.
Right. The button came from there, and the brick too.
Indeed. And what's more, if the murderer took the brick from right by the snowman, and then tried to sneak up on the victim all the way over by the planters,
Mr. Aldown would have seen them right away.
Exactly. I think we need to update the simulation, Kay. Mr. Alden wasn't standing by the planters, he was next to the snowman.
Gotcha. All right, here goes.
I like Kay's little, like, peek, because, like, clearly... She was just like, what? But, like, this clearly isn't what happened.
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, this just doesn't work, huh?
Indeed. Everybody who was present is in exactly the same spot.
So, where did we go wrong?
One of the pieces of evidence on which we based our simulation must be the source of the problem. What if one of them was faked somehow? But which one was it, the fucking photo? Which I want to take a closer look at.
Yeah.
Now, they don't show the footprints in this version of the photo. The ones that were already there by this point in time.
Take that!
Can we really be certain that this picture was taken by Mr. Aldown?
Huh? What do you mean?
We know that whoever killed him moved his body, but why would they have done that? What if they wanted to make it seem like he saw something he didn't?
And then they took the photo to help back up the lie.
They had the president at gunpoint. They could easily have forced him to pose for the picture. He would have had no choice but to comply.
Hey, now that you mention it, they only recovered one picture from Mr. Aldown's camera, right?
Indeed, I imagine his killer probably removed the film that was already in there, then replaced it with another, thereby ensuring that the only picture found was the one they staged.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wow.
Thank you, Street Fighter K.
So this picture was actually taken after Mr. Aldown was killed. No way.
The killer just had film on hand. No, you know what they did? They took the film, they took it out, and then they were like, okay, 1, 2, 3, pulling it out in the bright light of the fucking like lamp, and just like exposing each film. Was like, all right, 23, snip, put it back in. It wouldn't exactly work, but you know. And there you have it. The picture doesn't show what Mr. Aldown saw at all. It seems highly likely that it was simply staged to make us believe that was the case.
Wait, so there was the president when Mr. So where was the president when Mr. Aldown thought he saw him being kidnapped?
Luckily, the photograph isn't the only piece of evidence we can use to try and figure that out.
Oh yeah, he left that voicemail too.
He did. I think we should listen back to it one more time, don't you? This is surely the only place where the president and his kidnapper could have been standing. Fucking... here. Like, here.
Take that!
That's where they really were? How do you figure that?
Huh. Do I need a reason?
Yeah? What, you mean you don't have one?
Clearly wasn't it.
Let's go for it. Everywhere.
He did, perhaps we used it to help us figure out where he was standing. Like, here? Like, where the footprints end? Are they his footprints?
Probably.
Take that!
That's where they really were? How do you figure that? Check your
The lights out. Right. I couldn't check the evidence while I was on the present screen. I was thinking about checking it, but I can't do it here. Like, I'm pressing E, nothing's happening.
Take that!
Ebus.
Recall this statement. Damn it, the light's out. 2 of the lights here in the yard are broken.
Yeah, he must have been talking about the one over by the building.
All right, could you update the simulation to reflect everything we've learned?
Sure. I'm so good with computer. And there we have it. The kidnapper was really standing over by the building.
Which means it was on the orphanage grounds. Yes, which would certainly have strengthened the theory that they were connected to the orphanage.
So they moved the body and staged the photograph to distort the picture painted by the voicemail, which helped them undermine the idea that the orphanage was involved when the case went to trial.
Well, that certainly changes what this particular part of the simulation tells us. I imagine it will also affect our understanding of the scene from when the body was found.
Only one way to find out. Ready to make the jump?
To switch between the two recreations, I need to first press T to talk with K, and then select Switch Recreations.
Whoa.
Oh, this is the burn marks. I missed. I was trying to aim for the president, but I couldn't look at him.
Get down.
Oh, this is genuinely just going to be looking at the, no. The lamp? No, it is... Okay.
So this is where Mr. Aldown actually saw the president and his kidnapper.
Yes, which pretty clearly suggests the link between the kidnapping and the orphanage. You can see why so much trouble was taken to suggest that it happened elsewhere.
Yeah, they pulled some really dirty tricks there. Taking a photo like that? That's just cheating.
Not to mention disposing of Mr. Aldown's camera film and forcing the president to pose at gunpoint. Must have put in some new film and staged the photo immediately afterwards. Okay, so they did have new film. Did they just like hop by the 24/7 pharmacy? In which case, we'd have their receipts.
And if Chairman Winter was involved, he could have changed or hidden other evidence as well.
Certainly doesn't help that the SS5 case file was classified until just recently.
Yeah, but he's hiding behind bars now, and the truth is coming out at last.
Indeed. Though much still remains unclear. We need to look very closely at the difference between this and the previous simulation.
Schwimmelibation.
No mistaking it, this is where Mr. Aldown actually took his pictures, before being attacked by the murderer with a brick from the planter just behind him. After being attacked, he collapsed, grabbing the snowman's right eye as he fell.
Which means his body would have been here at first, and not where we thought it was before.
Indeed. We should examine the area where we previously thought it fell, too. That explains also why the snowman is melted. It's because they were melting the snow specifically to get rid of the evidence.
Evidence. Hey, yeah, we have it.
Hey, look.
Damn, he's...
So here he is. He was moved in order to make the scene consistent with the staged photograph, over to the spot between the planters.
So the footprints, the fact that they go over there and come back.
Yes, I think this tells us something important, that they were left by whoever carried him over there. Yep.
Some kind of little guy.
I think Mr. Aldown's body was moved. Nothing more to be found here? Okay, then. I guess I'll just fuck off.
Size 9 footprints going towards the body and away from it. The case file says they must have belonged to the murderer.
They grow fainter as they get closer to the orphanage gates. Oh, because they were carrying something heavy.
That's just because there's less snow over here, no?
Be that as it may, it certainly doesn't help in matching the prints up with a name and a face. Oh, okay. Is there something else to investigate there? We're investigating here? Oh, there was already blood here. Blood on the snow. A lot of it. Certainly looks as if a murder occurred here, doesn't it?
Wait, but we just figured out that Mr. Aldown was killed over by the snowman, right?
We did. I think this blood might belong to somebody else.
What? But the police report said the blood was Mr. Alldown's.
Need to remind you that the case was overseen by Chairman Winter, the man who would have had no scruples about altering the official record over something this small.
Dang, no scruples.
Yep,
But
scrupulous.
then, why? Scrupulous. But then, why go to all that trouble? Couldn't he have just cleaned up the blood instead?
He wasn't able to. Think about it. He knew that this was where the police would find Mr. Alldown's body, and he knew that the police would have certain scientific methods at their disposal to look for clues.
Oh, you mean luminol? Yeah, they would have found traces of blood if they used that for sure.
Exactly. He wouldn't have been able to clean it up to the point where it was undetectable. Far easier to falsify the results of any such tests when they came back in. It would simply have been a matter of replacing the official results with a doctored copy.
Jeez. Yeesh. So we've been looking at a forgery this whole time. That sucks.
It genuinely is really hard to figure out what really happened on a crime scene when you can't trust, like, a lot of the evidence.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this doesn't make any sense. I guess we've been lied to by the people that we're supposed to be able to trust.
I think that's a really interesting way of doing a murder mystery.
Yeah. Wow. So many untrustworthy narrators.
Untrustworthy to you? I believe my dad.
Unreliable. Never mind.
Exactly.
My brain, but... Wait, but it says Mr. Alldown's clothes were covered with blood too.
It does, and if they were, which seems entirely believable, it suggests that whoever's blood this is, it wasn't yet dry when Mr. Alldown's body was placed here.
I get it, which means the other person's blood was spilt not long before Mr. Alldown was killed.
I think it does, yes. But if that's the case, doesn't that present something of a contradiction? Blood wasn't Alldown's, probably. We really can't say that for certain. Because, like, the other option is, like, the recreation is bad, and, like, the blood was faked better than... Like, it was his blood, sure, still. Could this be related to the evidence somehow? Well, I'll back out. I can't think right now. Like, can I? Oh, the burn marks. Something else seems very off about the blood. What's the pattern, I think, is the biggest thing, right? And the burn.
Eureka!
There's a clear contradiction here.
Huh? In the blood stain?
The blood is clearly cut off where the snow is melted by the fire, which means that the blood in question was spilt before the fire was started.
Huh? But the fire happened before the murder, no?
If we choose to believe the case file, yes. But if the fire was actually set after what happened here...
The kid who lit it might have seen something.
Then why isn't there a witness statement? Because that would have challenged Chairman Winter's version of events.
We need to know more about this fire. You.
Yes, Shifu!
The fire might have been reported to the police, which means there might be a record of it. Go see if they have anything, and bring everything you find back here right away.
Understood, Shifu! I'll get right on it.
One more thing.
What is it, Shifu?
Contact my family back in Zhengfa. Tell them to search my father's office. There should be something there related to the case.
There should. What kind of something exactly?
I told you I'd seen this case somewhere before, didn't I? Well, I've remembered where. It was in my father's office. He had a picture of it, or at least something very much like it.
What?
It looked like it was drawn by a child.
Child's drawing! Possibly a child from the orphanage. Possibly even the child who set the fire.
It should still be there somewhere. Tell them to send it right away.
Yes, Shifu! Oh my god, I didn't notice this, but Tay sent a stretch redeem an hour ago.
Uh-oh. Well, damn. I heard that one.
Yep, my bones are audible. Just like the sponsor of today's stream. Nope.
Never.
Never. Thank you for the stinks.
Today's... Yeah, that's the real sponsor of the stream.
His office in Zhengfa, that's going to take a while. Well, no, what they're going to do is they're going to call the guys in Zhengfa to fax the picture over.
I'm going to send it in an email.
I hate email. I don't think there's anything more to be found here. Okay. But then where else do I go?
God, I'd never want to support... You've actually used a fax machine before? I've had to repair one before, but I've never actually had to use a fax machine.
I've had to use a printer that was a fax machine. I've never had to use it as a fax machine, but like I was setting it up and I was like, huh, it seems pretty, could be useful.
Poor snowman. He's not looking good.
Can't be helped. Snow and ice eventually melt. That's just how it is.
And so do mysteries. All we have to do is wait. The snowman of the case will melt into the clear water of truth.
I last used one a few months ago.
Wow.
Vanilla's contacting from the fucking past. Vanilla, you have to stop 9/11. The only way we can forget is if it never happened in the first place.
But then we won't get Mango down 9/11.
Fuck. I think that would still happen. 911 is still like the number, you know?
Yeah, but
It wouldn't be as funny. You're right. You know what? Actually, let those people die.
Good job, team.
All you have to do is wait, Kay. I have to work to solve these mysteries. There are planters outside of the orphanage gates, too.
Oh, look, they planted stuff that flowers in the winter under all that snow.
Indeed. A litter...
Get pebbled.
I deserve it.
Yeah.
A little frigid, but tasteless nonetheless, even if this is a simulation.
Yes, indeed. A bit frosty looking, but tasty nonetheless for a simulation.
Okay. Please. Okay, that's everything. But what if I look at it more? Maybe that'll help me. What, is that not everything?
I think you probably needed to do something on...
The flower later.
Maybe.
Ah, there it is. This is the only part where there's...
This is the only part where there's no snow, huh?
Because of the fire one of the kids said. I imagine the snow here melted as a result.
This must be the unluckiest orphanage in the world. First a fire, then a murder? Talk about going from bad to worse.
The fire came first, but just because it caused the snow to melt. What else do I look at? You know what I need to do?
What?
I've got to go back to the past, Rory.
Yeah.
That's not the go to the back to the past button.
I'm right here, Mr. Edgewood.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The footprint. Can you really be sure that these are Mr. Aldown's footprints?
Well, they're the same size, a 12, which is pretty big.
I think we've
and
gotten
the
this
prince
already.
matches use.
As we've established, when he was attacked, he fell and grabbed the button from the snowman. Yeah, this is the yoga line again.
Yoga.
Should I deduce the fucking... Mr. Alden wasn't killed here between the planters at all.
Then what's this blood doing here?
Did the hare have a different icon? No, I don't think so. Pretty sure it's the same check mark as the tortoise. Things have changed considerably in terms of what the simulation is showing us, but if we want to look more closely at this blood, I think we'll be better off looking at the simulation from the point at which the body was discovered, which I did.
Then what are we waiting for?
I did it already. I'm back here on purpose, okay?
Can't believe this.
It's the same line again.
Yeah.
No more big glue. No more big glue.
Oh, the big blue.
Say it again, please.
You're no fun.
All right, what if I go back? Oh, ah! Techno! Hi, Techno. Rectangle Raid. Welcome. I'm Andromeda Zach. My pronouns are he, they. This is Rari.
Whoa.
You know what that was? You did a wololo.
Walolo.
Wololo.
Casting a spell, retain raiders.
Rectangles your raiders. There we go. I got a good rectangle going.
Wow. Nice rectangle.
Welcome. We're playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. We're on case 5. Shit's fucked.
It's so messed up.
Heyo. I hope you had a good stream. If you need to go take a break, get some, water, some food, all that good stuff. Feel free, get some rest and relaxation. And I hope you had a fun stream. All right. Back at it again. Sounds good. Thank you. Absolutely. 07 soldier. It's time to go back to the past. Kay, take us to the future, please.
Okie dokie, Mr. Edward.
Whoop. I can't deduce the fact that the shoes aren't the shoes. Ugh. I'm glad you had fun. What were you playing? What if I just... No, that's clearly not connected yet. Are you sure? I don't have the ability to deduce. The button isn't here. I can press T all I like. It's not working. Oh, wait. Could I deduce here? No, I can't. Let's switch again.
Okay, Mr. Edward. Hey, this arch. It seems over there.
It's the same. It's the same. Why is it the same? Please. Let me skip if it's the same. I've already did it.
Yeah, but this is slightly older.
It'd be ruined if it was your lunch, Mr. Edgeworth. Tortoise and a Hare. Survivor the Children's Story.
Come on, don't you love Kay's pop quiz?
I mean, it's great, but also, please, for the love of God. I have investigated everything. There are no more buttons to click. Fuck, I'll just put it together. I don't know. God damn it! If Chapman Winter was involved in President Wang's abduction, then it seems likely that whatever he dug up yesterday had something to do with the kidnapping.
Oh, I get it.
No, you don't.
You bet I do. We're talking treasure, right? Loot. He must have been digging up the ransom money.
The ransom money? $100 million is an awful lot of cash. Burying it would have been a good way to keep it hidden until the heat died down. Certainly seems like a possibility.
Glad you agree.
It's more likely fucking, evidence from the scene. Ugh. I'm mad. I'm mad about it. I'm mad about it.
I'm glad you figured it out, Mr. Hedgehog.
Shifu, I'm back! It took a really long time to get to a phone. I had to go, like, 3 blocks down the street for a payphone, and then I had to, like, ask for a collect call to your house. So I hope you're okay with paying for that. International payphone collect call.
Evil.
We also started yapping. You know, your sister's real happy to hear from you. We talked for like 10 minutes. I brought everything the police had on the fire, and I also brought the picture from your father's office. Oh, and one more
About time. What kept you, huh? Well, hand it over.
Let's take a look at this mysterious picture, shall we?
This is it. This is the picture I remember.
Canis!
Huh. Sure interesting.
That's the hair springy. There's the elephant swing. It kind of looks reversed. Ah.
Yeah. A little off.
I guess we don't know what the side of the orphanage looked like. I doubt the kid would have drawn the gargoyles, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best they could have done. Dog. Yeah, no, this is Bodhidharma Canis. He's got the flowers. He's got the fucking Taurosaurus. Could this be a depiction of something that happened on the night of the incident? Also, this looks like the clock hands are pointing straight up, so it's midnight.
That's amazing detail for this kid.
Yeah.
It sure looks like a kid drew it, huh?
Yes, and I'm willing to bet it's the work of the child who set the fire. Shifu, there's...
What now? Look, it'll have to wait, okay? Well, Mr. Prosecutor,
No, let...
what do you think my father kept this?
I imagine he acquired it at some point during his investigation. Although I have no idea why he would have chosen to keep it to himself. Okay, that one, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Could we see the case file for the fire, too?
Sure, here.
If you'll just give me a moment to read through it. Seems the boy who started the fire snuck out of bed on the evening of the incident. Then disappeared several days later?
What? Must have been because he saw something, right? No. A kid? Really? That's horrible.
Sadly, not unimaginable.
Huh. Looks like the kid left something behind that was put into evidence. What's this?
But what's it doing in the case file?
What is it, Mr. Prosecutor? Have you seen this somewhere before?
Something very much like it, yes. We have a piece of evidence that could well be connected. Which evidence is it? Oh, it's on page 2. Oops.
Take that!
Thoros.
I don't know what it was doing in the evidence for that case, but it looks like that might be the missing horn from this soft toy.
Hey, that was President Wang's.
You've seen it before?
Of course. He always kept it somewhere close by. I remember it because of the missing piece.
And I see. It has a special device inside it that plays recorded sound when you twist the horn.
Hey, do you think maybe putting the horn back might unlock more recordings?
You never know. The toy itself should still be up on the 51st floor.
Hey, you heard the man.
Yes, Shifu! I'll go fetch it right away! Here it is, Shifu! The Torosaurus doll, just like you asked!
Good work. Hand it over to the prosecutor over there.
Well, does the horn found at the orphanage fit the president's plushie? Oh, it's fixed!
It fits perfectly. And any more recordings on there?
I'll take it.
Hi, Dijon. Sorry, President Wang. It's me, Amelie. I know it's been a while. I saw on the news that you were visiting the country soon. And I didn't know whether I should get in touch at all, but in the end I decided I had to.
Turn it off. Right now.
What's gotten into Judge Gavel?
Are you okay? Just turn it off. Please.
You see, I had a baby. A beautiful little boy. Your beautiful little boy. I'm sorry, that's pretty much all I wanted to tell you. Oh, except I called him Sean. Sean Fenn. It has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
No.
Sean Fenn?
The kid?
And also that I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard.
Fucking called it. Fucking called it. Fucking easy. Easy bullshit.
I thought you could meet him if you like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Goodbye.
Theme of piano. Tragic.
What? He was my dad?
I'm so sorry, Sean. Care to explain what the heck is going on, Gavel?
Sean isn't my
Sean.
biological son, in case you didn't put that together. I would hope not. I adopted him. And he was aware of this.
Can I have that?
Sorry!
Yes, of course. His mother, Amelie Finn, she died 5 years ago.
Amelie Fen. What's the joke there, if anything? I'm a leaving.
Damn.
I hope not.
We were cousins. But we were also friends. The best friends. People often mistook us for sisters. And so, when she died, it seemed only natural that Sean should come and live with me. Of course, we had to keep his father's identity secret. And I decided that the best way to do that would be for him to never know that in the first place.
The Ace Attorney wiki should still have the, a page for her, probably. Fandom wiki is usually, the people that, actually do the work on the fandom wikis are usually pretty good about that sort of thing. Especially for a big project like Ace Attorney. It's quite a lot to learn from a recording made on a seemingly innocent toy. Guess Sean's mother must have recorded the message and sent a plushie to the president. Hey.
Yes, Sean?
You're sure? He was really my dad?
Yes, I'm sure. Before you were born, your mother worked for a time as a diplomat in Zhengfa.
Makes sense. That line of work might have, brought her into contact with the president. I'm looking at a different page because it was the one I was able to find. Fair. Understandable.
What? You told me she worked at the orphanage!
She did, but only after she returned, after she quit the diplomatic service. She always loved helping others. The orphanage was perfect for her. Sorry, Judge Gavel, but I have to ask.
What?
Amelie, the lady who asked the president to come. Why didn't she show up herself? Why isn't she anywhere in the files related to the SS5 incident? She never made it to the rendezvous that night. Someone was tailing her.
Baba? Huh? I'll bet that was Chairman Winter's doing. Though sadly we can't prove it.
And because she couldn't make it, she never saw the president again.
And she died 5 years ago. This can't be easy for Sean.
Hey, Sean, are you thirsty? We could go get a soda. My treat, okay? Come on, I think I saw a vending machine over.
Do you think I can't buy myself a soda? This is important, and it's about me. I'm staying.
Oh, that didn't work at all.
Fair, I guess.
Sean, perhaps now you can guess why I met with the president 2 nights ago.
So that's it. That was the big secret.
I wanted to tell him face to face that Amelie was gone. But also that you were alive and well. More than well.
But I... It makes sense now. No wonder Judge Gavel was so keen to avoid sharing the details of their meeting.
Yeah, she would have had to share the truth about Sean, too. That was why I took the lion lilies with me. So there would be no doubt that I knew Amelie, and that I knew her well. These flowers bore a special significance for the two of them, you see. President Wang gave Amelie a bouquet of lion lilies in the early days of their romance. But now, he too is dead. If only he had lived, Sean might finally have been able to get to know him.
Shifu! I've been waiting for the right time to say this, but...
What? What is it? You've been hovering there this whole time. Can it wait?
They sent something else from Zhengfa. President Wang's will!
What?
The president's will, huh?
He gave my father medal after medal. They had to come up with a new one just for him.
And he had no one to give. So he managed to keep his life for
Remember,
great
the duty.
pride.
They're a great pride.
Our family
Our family
jewels.
duty.
I can't read.
I've been making it up. What? This is...
Now I know this looks bad, Lang.
God damn it!
What is it, Agent Lang? Does it have anything to do with our current case?
You could say that. It seems he was planning on publicly acknowledging Sean as his son. Sean's name appears in the president's will?
And we're certain that the document is authentic, that President Wang wrote it himself?
Sure we are. It's old, but it's real. My family took charge of it back before the SS5 incident happened.
Okay. How old is Sean again? He's 13? He's 13. So this was 12 years ago. So he wrote the will after getting the plushie. Okay.
They'll want to analyze it back home to be sure, but I'd stake my name on it being the genuine article.
Wang was a renowned world leader. A child nobody knew about would have been sure to cause a stir. Yet he chose to mention the child in his will nonetheless.
Well, that's it, I guess. I still can't quite believe it, but the president confirmed it with his own hand.
It's really funny that if they let that guy give him the will, like, first, they've been like,
Yeah.
Sean's his son? And they'd be like, what?
There's no denying it, Sean. You're President Wang's son.
Oh, dude. Huh?
Hmm? Sean.
Sean!
Sean!
Jason! Sean! Okay, that's good. I was gonna say, this is... If they kept on going on after that, my God. Honestly, there really should have been a to be continued, like, before the investigation into the, like, courtyard.
I get the pacing.
I do, but I feel like they could have slotted one in. Just a little one.
A little one.
Middle. The truth. The tooth. This is what we're going to call it, though. This is,
Yeah. I'm dying.
Yeah. I'm good, but I would die if we went further.
Mm-hmm.
You're only just getting into the middle of the case. Yeah, no.
That's crazy. This thing's gonna... Yeah, that's crazy.
There's a reason why I have on my theoretical schedule on my calendar here, Ace Attorney, Monster Hunter, Ace Attorney, and then maybe 100 Line Last Defense Academy, if I'm feeling it. And Rari is not... I'm not forcing Rari to do that.
Yippee!
That
I'm
one's just
free.
for my brain rot. All right. Oh, that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Let's go back to the main menu, get some fucking BGM going. Fucked up. Imagine you're a kid and you're like, all right, I'm an actor, so I'm going to get to play in this movie. And the movie's like based around the character that your dad learned about you existing through.
And then it kills him.
And then he died. Extremely fucked up. Is the president... It's got to be a different guy, right?
I don't know.
It's got to be a different guy. There's no other reason... No. I don't know. I can't say. I can't theorize yet. but I'm so like thinking that it's a body double. You've had the initial investigation, Fifi's trial, double mind chest, double kidnapping, more investigation, SS5, and so much investigating. That was all just the beginning of the case.
Yeah, and then we also don't know, like, hey, why does he have the gun powder residue like, on his hand? Like, what happened?
Who did he
What was
shoot?
that? Yeah. Big brain, I don't have that.
Yeah. You have mango.
Yeah.
All right. I better get to sleep. I really want that fucking Red Robin gift card.
Oh, Burger Endless.
Yeah.
Can't believe the Endless Burger.
Infinite Overburger. Bottomless burger. Burger with only top.
I can't believe it. There's no bottoms allowed on these burgers.
There's a promotion that happens like at 10 a.m. tomorrow for Endless Burger. For 1 month of free burger every day.
Yeah.
From Red Robin, like good burgers.
They're alright.
I love the Red Robin, the Royal Red Robin. Love a good egg on a burger. It's so messy, but
You're just that kind of messy bitch.
yeah. Yep. But that means I gotta go to sleep. I gotta get my 8 hours in and then try my hand getting them before they sell out. Apparently they sell out. There's a limited supply.
What?
Yeah. They could sell out, quote, within minutes, according to the fucking website. Red Robin's one of the only places that serves gluten-free burgers.
I didn't know that.
I can dig it. They do have like any of their burgers that they sell, they offer vegetarian options for as well. For patties.
Yeah.
Grain vegetable or grain-free vegetables, I guess since that's how it's gluten-free. I didn't look at the menu too hard because I was just thinking about burger.
I wrap it in a lettuce.
All right. Sorry, I got distracted by thinking about burgers. I went into a burger fugue state. I needed to snap out of it. Okay. Next up will be Faraday Friday once again.
Yippee!
Yay! All right. For now, who's live? Who can we raid? Where can we send y'all? Faraday Friday, baby! It's a shame that this was Winner Wednesday because there was like no winner in this except for the one that sucks.
Well, we had like a couple of screens of Eustace doing a good job.
All right. Who we want? We want Paper Box House or Iron Mouse. Those are the options.
Paper box.
Okay.
Yippee!
That's a pretty good art. That's a pretty good art he's drawn. All right, we'll go raid Paper Box House, and we'll see you for Faraday Friday. Yippee! Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We're getting the raid started. Make the raid message whatever you want. Don't disparage me, please.
We're leaving the smelly galaxy.
Andromeda is not smelly! All right. Raid's ready. Get out. Bye. Good night. Time to cheese sack. No!
One more cheese for the road.
Stream's over. Bye.